yeah, I think the contingency plan would have been. Oh, and we are live again. Hi everyone. Sorry, we had to drop. We were just talking about how well we think this turn's going to go. I'm just going to let people know again. I don't know why we dropped. Some problems with credentials on YouTube. Just come back.
This is where my spell casting goes absolute shite now.
I mean, I'm not seeing any sign of that being likely, but I admire
Well,
your
remember,
lack of
you can.
pessimism.
These two here, when
Let's talk
they
shit.
use the solar engine, you can
Yeah,
dispel
shit
that as well.
talking.
Yes,
Here we
So-
go. I'm just going to share this link.
I can now because
again.
I'm close enough.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
For that
people
one, yeah, that
who
one,
are
no.
listening in,
Yeah.
this is. Here we go. I'm just going to share that.
Have these got armour, have they?
A little bit of armour.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And nearly as well armoured as a Black Hawk.
Pardon?
I posted
Nearly
it
as well
again,
armoured
guys.
as a Black Hawk.
Guys, it should be fine.
Well, he's going
well,
to be casting
This
Plague
is
of Rust
why,
on them,
at least
okay.
if you
which is
you
minus 2
subscribe, it
AP.
comes up with a notification when the videos go live again. But we're getting the wired connection going back in next week, hopefully. So that shouldn't be a problem. So let's crack on. So
Okay.
we dropped out, I think, probably towards the
Share
end.
share it back on the Discord,
one.
mate.
The end of my
Oh yes, I need to reshare something for the commentators. Probably halfway through Aiden's turn, you'll notice nothing's changed. So,
I'm going to cast Plague of Rust onto them.
Right, eh?
So, Plague of Rust is a 9+. Have they got any MR on them?
Yes.
Feline
MR
Demon
1
is
or
into
2
the
for the priest,
studio.
I think.
So let's see, how different would this battle line look at the end of this experience? I do wonder. Right, let's take it away, Ian.
Magic resistance 1.
Talk us
Okay.
through what you're doing.
So,
Magic missile.
I am... No, it's not Magic Missile. It's Plague of Rust, which is giving minus 2 AP to that unit there.
So that minus 2 AP. I'll say that's,
Yeah.
that's a successful roll there.
Yeah. You can try and dispel it from there, I think.
If I'm not 18, I'm just out of that.
Okay, that'll do me for that. And then,
Plague of Rust going off on those Rex guard behind the wall.
right, so that's it, movement then. I want to declare a charge with him into them,
Ooh.
Oh, he's in. Can he get in? I didn't think he could.
potentially.
I will stand and shoot with.
He's got 16
fine.
declarable.
He can take
Yeah.
it.
I bet
Okay.
he had already.
He's declared it. Aiden's doing a standard shoot.
So I've 9 from them.
Is he?
currently, is it?
Ooh,
Oh, you're gonna roll.
Six.
Let's-
Got a roll to see if he can get in
Oh, yeah,
first.
okay.
So he's got Swift Stride.
I think I get the.
So
I'd have been tempted
10,
to flee.
16. I think that is
Yeah.
a failed
He's going to
charge,
flee.
maybe.
He's going to flee straight through that pillar, but maybe that's less
Oh,
damage
he's just
than
in.
what's going to happen when the Carnosaur hits.
Failed charge, I think.
No, it's just.
Yeah.
Is that just in?
I don't know. She's a bit high from the base,
7
but
and
it's
6 is that's only going to be 13. He's an inch short. He should be
Close,
an inch or
very
so
close.
short.
It's
Oh,
got to be half inch. In it.
Yeah, he should be an inch
you
short.
made the right call.
Yeah, it's
Is there-
about. It's about.
Yeah, you should be 24 inches apart.
Yeah, it's about. Yeah, it's about an inch short.
So he goes 3 then, I think, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he is just going to go
A
3.
flicker of hope, a tease of fate, I will call it. A tease.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh, we still get
If you
to
move
do
forward
standing
6,
shoot in
not
there.
great.
Yeah, you still get stand and shoot.
So parent unit's getting 5 from it. I think that'll be there. The red one needed 4s, but that was 3 hits.
Does it move 6 or 3?
Moves. It's normal movement.
Yeah, but did he fail forward 3? I think he rolled a 6. You
Yeah.
include your Swift Stride.
Oh, you include your Swift
Yeah,
Stride.
yeah.
apparently.
Pardon?
Apparently you include your Swift Stride on a failed charge.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so it
I'm
was
glad I
6
did.
then.
So it would have
Yeah.
been 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you move 6? Oh, it looked like 3.
Oh, I thought you moved 3. Okay. Well, we'll do,
Okay,
we'll
my
do
bad.
6
Three.
from that first thing as well, so it's not anything useful just yet. 1 more hit.
He definitely only
Wounded.
moved 3.
AP2 again.
I think so.
So a 6 and a 5. No, and then a 5. So that's a wound on him.
And then the other 5 shots on the other
Yeah,
flank.
plucky crossbowman did a wound.
3 more hits. No more wounds.
Okay, so 1 wound.
Not enough 6s there, never mind.
Okay,
But 1.
so they're going to shoot at them. So they're going to stay still. These are going
Shadow
to.
Warriors would have killed him.
These are going to move.
But they're
over here.
banned everywhere you go.
Oh, I love Shadow Warriors. I absolutely love them. I think Shadow Warriors are great.
No. Shadow Warriors are good. Shadow Warriors are good.
I need to get some Croxivores for these.
They are expensive, but you can't
It's sisters
underestimate.
everyone wants banned these days.
I know everyone wants sisters, but that's so obvious.
Yeah. Just submitted my list for BCGT with 12 sisters in it, but yeah.
I try and
You
do a
met a
dispel
bitch.
on your.
Well, it's going to be a sweaty
you can
field,
do.
isn't it?
I get to cast it again anyway this
I
time.
think they've got,
Yeah, but it just means
I
that
think
it's...
they've got good utility, but when we played, Nick, they were probably my least worry.
Oh, well, they're not going to do anything against
There
undead.
we
That's the
go.
problem. I'll shoot a few off, but then you just bring them back. That's the issue with them. Well, they killed a couple of fell bats. I got about...
Well, you killed
Yeah.
more fellbats with your trainers.
Yeah. Listen, I can't help that I've got size 13 feet. They just get in the way sometimes.
Oh, how is Mrs. Walsh?
I don't know how they ended up on the flank on that table there, just stamping those fell bats into town.
Just ignore that big penis reference. Though.
He's giving him a charge there with those what's left of those great swords, isn't he? He is giving him a bit of a charge. Skinks don't have fire
Yeah.
and flee, do they?
Um,
I don't think they have fire and flee. You know.
yeah.
Skinks don't have fire and
Do you know
flee,
what?
do they, Ian?
I'll have a
I'm on it.
They don't have fire
No,
and
they
flee.
don't
No.
have fire and flee.
They have a great stand and shoot, though.
Nope.
And they can stand and shoot.
Yeah, they do. They can. They've got quick shots, so they can shoot from any, stand and shoot from any distance. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting.
Did they not incur the negative then? No.
Quick shot. I
No,
think.
not with quick shot. They
No quick
won't.
shot. Yeah, quick shot gets rid of the negative as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian was right before when he said that they really are one of the best basic units in the game. I think they've got some really good points value there. They can do a lot of work. Not too hot on the blowpipes option. I mean, Ian will probably prove us wrong at some point with it, but run the javelins and just save the points.
Yeah, the javelins with they've got the move and shoot, haven't they? So they can
march all the
they
way
can
up.
March, yeah. So they're only a 12-inch range on the javelin, but they can actually march 12 and then shoot still. So they've got effectively 24-inch range on them.
Do they get the quick
is-
shot?
Yeah,
on the
it's pretty
javelins?
spicy.
Yeah, and then you just stand in front of them, take the charge, stand and shoot one more time, and then you've got a tar pit for a turn as well. So
Yeah,
great sacrificial piece if you're not bothered about them dying.
yeah. Especially in Renegades as well, when they do get a charge, one or two will survive and they just won't run away.
Yep, trying to roll a 5 on 3 dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, going to cast some spells. Elemental Spirits coming out again. Just try and diminish these units down.
Did it Plague of Rust go off before, Josh?
It did go off, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the elemental paper.
Well, let's hope for a scatter the other way this time.
Yeah.
Did Aiden use his fated on that pillar at the beginning of his turn?
He didn't use it, no.
Mm.
Maybe worth just reminding him at the beginning of his next turn to use his fated on that pillar, because I don't think he's going to be within range to do a wizardly dispel with that level 1, but he can use his fated at least, because that pillar's going to cause murder through that artillery in another one in another turn.
Yeah.
Oh, so 2 failed casts there.
Okay.
Is that from the Bastillodons?
What were the failed casts, sorry? The solar engines, yeah, okay. The Bastillodons, yeah.
Yeah, see, you know, you're looking for 7 each time. You're looking for a 7, but you've got no way to modify it, really.
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's on paper, it's one of the best magic missiles in the game, but It's just
No
Nice
good.
game, innit?
yeah, difficult to get off.
Now, hopefully, if that's the two on the right that's failed, that's given Aiden a glimmer of hope on that right side. And that
Yeah,
Carnosaur's standing around like a wally in the middle, isn't he?
yeah.
I'm just going to go and get some water for the players, I think, and myself. 2 seconds.
What do you think, Nick? Here, do you think that he should have sent that Carnosaur hair raising up the field and just waited for the talisman to protect him from the cannonball? He's got 7
Yeah.
wounds. What's the cannonball going to do? 3 maximum?
Yeah, well, it's 4, isn't it, on an Empire Great Cannon?
Is it? Because it's strength 5. Is it
Yeah,
strength 5, tough
yeah,
6 on
5,
the
strength
Carnosaur?
5, yeah, yeah,
So it's wounded on 5s if he gets a big roll. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'd have
yeah,
eated that dinosaur straight up the middle of the field, and it'll have been chewing through some archers now.
yeah, yeah. I think that probably would have been the better play, and just because it only needs to get into that with a couple of wounds left, and then
Yep. Once it's in
Yeah.
combat, there it's rinse and repeat, chew your way through, isn't it?
yeah, it is, yeah. It's going to be really interesting seeing what happens on that flank where the war wagon is, and those yeah,
Those
and
knights.
his is it a general of the Empire on the peg as well? It's going to be
It's
really interesting.
It's a captain of the Empire, so he's rocking
Right.
the little brother, but you know, he can still
Yeah.
do some work. I think he
Yeah.
might
Oh,
have
yeah.
just bummed up the war wagon a bit. I think he's costing his war wagon a decent charge through here. I don't know what the distance is from that
Yeah.
war wagon to that first rank of skinks just behind the line there, but he's probably going to be taking a -1 over the
Yeah.
fence if he goes.
So he's got a lot of charge options there. I think he can cause some real carnage on that flank over there now.
Yeah. Do you reckon that he goes
that
to
bit.
charge the left-hand side of skinks first, hoping that Ian will
Yeah.
try and be smart and flee, and then redirect into the other ones?
Yeah.
That's what I'd do. I'd
Yeah.
go into the closer ones first, you know, looking for the easier target, and it maybe if
Yeah.
Ian takes it with them, he's leaving the rest of the charge up on the other side, hoping that he falls for the
Exactly.
trap.
And you can't forget, like, the war wagon's a large target as well, so it can declare a charge from over the top of all of them if it's in
Yep.
range.
Yep.
So
If it's in range to
and
those
the
skinks
still,
front.
Hey guys, sorry.
yeah, the big monsters hiding behind there. If he's got something in range, he can declare a charge on those, and then maybe make accidental contact with those skinks in front of him. So
Oh, that's not a bad shout either, is it? Because then he can't flee with
yeah,
the skinks.
So we've got some
yeah,
shoot.
because he's got the peg. Could obviously he's got line of sight on those monsters, so he could declare into them if he's got range. It's
So
yeah, so
I can't really see the range from here, but it's possible.
Yeah.
All's not over.
no.
oh, hang on, where was that
I think
shooting
leaving
Just
going
that
gotta
on?
hope.
transport just sitting the other side of that woods is. I don't know. I don't know what the play is there.
So Aiden's mostly weathered the storm on that right flank. Your left,
He
our
doesn't
right.
seem to have picked much up in that turn at all.
There's not on that right flank anyway. There's a bit more shooting on this left.
There's just such a swarm of skinks on Ian's left-hand side there. It's incredible. So many skinks.
Once they start breaking, though, if he can get into the side of any of them and just start on breaking and
Yeah.
overrunning and breaking and overrunning, you know, they can be gone through in a
Yeah.
couple of turns, can't they?
Yeah, there's 2 units there on that looks like he could potentially contact them in one charge.
Nick, you know when we were talking the other day about the skirmishing, if he was to get that peg into that one skink on the far right of our screen there, if he was to get that peg into
Yeah.
that one skink, he's probably going to end up losing 4 or 5 skinks on the pile in there because we
Yeah.
talked about that. They've got a maximum 5 to rank up. He's going to be at least 6-7 inches away there.
Yeah. Are they've moved 6 though, aren't they, skinks? Or are they?
If they move 6, he's still going to
No, they
lose.
maybe move 5. They move 5, aren't they? They move
I'll
5.
check here now. But he is still
No, they
gonna
are.
lose
They move
4.
6. I've just checked.
Yeah,
They move 6.
so he's losing maybe 3.
Yeah.
If he
Those
makes
3.
contact right on the very tip.
Yeah. And he has to go towards the nearest one to him.
And that is the nearest, and that's the nearest one, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you could. Yeah, there's possibilities. Looks like we've got a wire hanging down in front of the camera there, Joe.
Yeah, there will be. So, I don't know what you're talking about. Mhm. So there's a big turn here for Ian, isn't it, really? In terms of what he's trying to do, get the output, get the... 'cause ultimately, even a crossbowman can kill a skink in
Yeah.
combat.
Is he counting up how many have line of sight there?
Yeah.
There's at least 3, maybe 4 out, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, they blowpipes. There's a lot of blowpipes there.
There's a few poisons.
Was he hitting on 5s or 4s with them?
Hit on
I think
5s.
it'll be 5s because he's over 6 inches.
Oh, it's all right then. That's okay. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it? Did you pick up? You've got 3 hits there. 3, 4 hits, was it?
Yeah, look.
Ooh.
It's like
3.
a couple
Oh,
of
he's got no
poisons
wounds.
at least. And
He's got no wounds.
Was Aiden taking them?
What's he picking models up? He's got no wounds.
There was no wounds there. Oh, the
Blowpipes
poison
Did he
ones.
get a
3.
couple of poisons?
He was rolling the wounds
I think
on
he
the hits.
might have
not
got
the
a couple of
Yeah,
poisons.
2 poisons maybe.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it's just the 2 poisons. Yeah.
I could weather the storm if it was with the poison in it.
1 hit.
Not too bad, is it?
No, dice
No,
are
it
dice
is.
are looking on him smiling here. There's another one.
Yeah.
Got a
Okay,
stuff, hasn't
I'll
he? Got a
stand the-
t-shirt
I'll do
save
the
on
full
that.
set,
These
yeah.
guys.
There's
That-
one
that
coming back.
disappeared.
Don't forget
Oh,
he
that's-
spent
that's-
points
yeah,
on
that's
it.
again.
There's one
Well,
coming
saves
back.
on his
There's
helmet.
one back. Okay, and then how many was that on there?
Just
2?
one.
Just one. Okay.
Save 1.
And he survived.
And he survives.
Right.
So you get 1 back for there.
Take 2, light
Come
armor
on.
shield.
Right, so there
I'm
you go.
fine. I'm
There you
fine.
go. You're fine, you're fine. So that's my turn 2 done. I
Right.
think you've managed to
Turn 2 over for Ian.
weather the storm
Wow.
well.
Remind him to dispel that pillar.
He gets to move first.
Yeah.
So
I will.
the elemental spirits is the random.
So, hang on. You
You'll
get
have to move first.
just get to move first, but you do get to dispel at the start of his turn again, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is sub-phase
This is
movement, so
sub-phase.
it goes sub-phase movement. It
It
moves
goes,
first.
no, it goes. The start of the turn phase first.
Yeah.
And then.
Movement
and this
sub-phase.
happens right at the start of the turn.
Yeah, so this
Right.
happens right at the start of the
Yeah,
turn, so
before anything else does.
so
So that one stays.
staying where it is.
And the fire.
Fire, we know where the fire's going, regardless of what I roll. 6.
Oh
So
dear.
it's coming that
Oh,
way,
that's the artillery down.
through that,
Oh.
and your cannon.
Okay. And then
Pop
stick
out on
in
the other side of your cannon.
with the building there. Yeah. Okay.
So that is the
So it's a hit on the cannon.
Trees on fire.
Okay. Yeah, what's you got 2 units in the cannon,
3,
but it'll count as a shooting
4,
attack on that cannon, so it's wounding on 6s.
3,
We'll see.
Let's make sure we remember that.
Yeah.
1. Minus 2 AP.
So
Only
that's
1
all
wound on
crossbows at
whichever
one.
unit that was rolled on.
And then your cannon.
Is it the handgunners in the middle and the archers flanking them, Josh? There, which you can't quite see on the.
Okay, so that is sorry, carry on, players. Just talking to the commentators. That is actually all crossbowmen in the centre, and the archers have gone now. They've been eradicated.
Yeah.
And you got that
Oh,
unit there,
God.
I remember.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Second unit, yeah.
It's going to be 6.
6 hits on that detachment of crossbowmen on the left there.
So I'm looking for 4s. 1.
One. Okay.
Oh, just 1.
Oh Jesus!
So not as effective round 2 as what round 1 was.
No, less
still
effective,
4
even
wounds
though they're
off
closer.
there.
Yeah.
Right, I think I've got some rallying to do here.
You're going to try dispelling these before it...
Oh yeah, better try.
Yeah.
It's off him, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the only one I can actually reach then to dispel, because I have to
Yeah.
reach the wizard, which
No hits on the cannon?
There are no hits on the cannon.
We'll try and do a
Elemental
dispel.
spirit.
8, 9.
That's gone.
Was it? Oh,
Got
wow.
rid of the element.
Yeah.
Oh, no hits on the cannon.
No hits on the cannon.
Oh, why did
Oh wait, no, was that?
Why
was,
didn't he fade
That was
that?
his, yeah. So,
Yeah, so that one's gone.
yeah, so
Oh,
that
he
one's gone,
fated
sorry,
the
so
other
it's
one.
there.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
There you go.
That's
You got rid of that at the start. Yeah.
Oh no, that's
That's
okay.
good.
Oh, he's all right. Good. Good.
Yeah.
I've got some rally tests to do, I think, first.
Yeah.
Rally
I was going to start
shooter.
screaming dynamite then.
In fact, I should probably roll that in the box.
Yeah.
Rallied.
Yeah, because you got fated dispel and you got wizard dispel.
These two archers
Oh,
You
here.
can
one
do
or
the
the
fated
other.
dispel on that as well if you
They
don't want to waste
failed.
it this
Yeah.
turn.
So they're going to keep going,
Oh, that's a good roll as well.
which is 8. And nearly the other one.
So these are rally tests now. There was some archers left apparently. not anymore.
Oh, you still got these
Okay.
ones here.
Yeah, half my archers are gone.
There's only one guy, so it'd be insane.
One is re-rolling ones. Okay. Yeah, I'll stick with the 5+ ward just in case they get hit, because that's a shooting attack, isn't it? So that might
Yeah.
roll over them. So yeah, he passed his leadership test. They've got their ward again. Cool. Can't think of anything else to do at the start of the turn there, apart from charge you, really.
Which means
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a couple of charges to declare.
Big charge phase.
So
Yeah, come on, Aiden. Make
Okay.
some good charge decisions
They're
now.
going to charge this little lot.
they're
Yeah.
going to stand and shoot you.
Ah,
Warwagon's going to charge that little lot.
They're going to stand and shoot you.
Oh, he is going with the
Can you
chariot.
see there?
it's not got
It's a good
swift
fair
stride though.
charge
I
piece
see
there.
that. What's his distance
Okay.
there?
Which I think
Seven,
means he's going to end up in like
6.
an accidental charge with the skinks or something.
Yeah,
It's a
he's-
long. It's a
he's
long charge for that
7.
war wagon.
Yeah.
He's got 13 on a max.
Yeah, maybe
Is he
it was
going
the
over
time.
that wall
Both
as
of
well?
these are going to charge that unit there.
They're going to stand and shoot.
I know at least one unit's going to make contact then. Cause
Depends
the
which
two
one of
units
those
got
skinks is the closest.
I think that's all my charges.
They're going to stand and shoot the biggest unit.
Yes.
If it's the one on the
Right,
right
so
hand
let's start with
side,
this one over here first. So me.
then
red,
maybe
red,
he skirts the wall, but
If I'm in now, I flee those skinks in front of the Bastillodons.
Move.
I do.
So it's going to be.
yeah.
Make the charge longer. Make the.
Charge was that for, Aiden?
was a
Charging
big
halberdine
charge.
detachments.
Was that
pair
second
up
roll for the
into
war wagon?
Some skinks with blowpipes.
That was the halberdiers on the left flank.
Right, so these 15 are standing and shooting at you.
Yeah.
Oh, they are in then.
They're in.
They're
But
in,
but stand and shoot first.
Fives and sixes, come on. No, just two.
No poison.
No.
Aiden, I
Fives, so he's
think
got
I'm
2
doing
hits.
Your rolls.
These are bad rolls here for Ian.
Told you, first turn.
What are you
starts
hitting
well.
on 4s? Because the
Second
ballistics
turn's
go
going
3.
well,
All wounded.
What are you hitting on 4s? Because there's no penalty for
Are they
stand and
able to
shoot.
go through?
so-
He would be hitting on 5s with. Oh, yeah, he should be hitting on 4s.
So they're going to get
Hitting
in.
on 4s, there's no
Really?
penalty for stand and shoot unless it's the blowpipe ones.
It's the blowpipe ones.
They might have been the blowpipe ones now.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
put them in.
Yes, because he rolled a lot of shots there,
Yeah, those
so
are
he'll have
blowpipes.
add the -1 for multiple
got-
shots as well.
The javelins are the ones
Yeah,
just
so
to
it'd
the
have been
left of
6s.
them. And then they've got the javelins in the centre of the white bases.
So he'd have been on 6s then.
Yeah.
So the
See if
pistol
we can
is
get a view of this. Just try and move this camera down here. So that was the charge for the pistoliers. Getting some action going on here.
So you're charging.
Okay.
Destroyers.
Doesn't look like he's got an overrun after.
Let's hope these do better.
Hmm.
2, 4, 6, 7.
Hmm.
Fives and sixes. Come on, fives and sixes, especially sixes. What's better than the other roll?
yeah.
There you go, 50% hits but no poison. Hoping
Okay.
for poison here.
So what's their toughness?
Yeah, there was no poison. It was 3, so 4.
So fours.
Pause on the wound.
So
Two.
2.
And 2 saves of 5+.
Got 2. 3 up saves. This is the problem with those knights. They've only got a 3 up.
So we're getting rid of one of them.
No, those are pistoliers.
Oh, they sticked it.
Oh, they stick it.
What did we lose? What did we
They-
lose?
Just leave them on the backs, that goes for the...
Evade.
Oh.
They could have just stepped out of range of your things at the start of the
Yeah.
game.
Aiden's just remembering that the Knights of the Blazing Sun had evade, so they could have stepped out of range. But I think they were choked up, weren't they, in that corner?
It's a full back move. They just go through everybody.
Yeah.
They'd have ended up behind the war wagon somewhere.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
shortly.
Bye bye, skinks.
Oh dear. They should be alive, yeah.
Oh
This
well.
is why we
And
play
then you've got
games.
your charge
Yeah.
there for
Rules.
you.
Oh, and have
He's
fun,
not going to get in.
probably.
It's going to be a failed charge. He's not got space to get behind there into him.
That's true. But let's see how far he goes anyway.
Okay.
So 2 guys for his charge and swift stride. So he's got 19-inch charge range there.
He's just going to be behind these, then, isn't he?
Yeah. Is that? Can you redirect? Is that something that you can do? Or because he hits them, is that then an incidental charge?
Yeah, it's an incidental charge.
You just stick him at the end here.
Accidental disordered charge,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Okay.
Right, we've got the war wagon trying to hit them skinks
These
there.
ones there, so
So it's charging. I think it's a movement 7, so 12 inches. Should
Oh,
get
it's
it.
on the war wagon, can it do it?
Just about.
just getting into the end one.
It's made it.
Six,
Bloody hell.
7, 4, 6, 8.
It's all coming up Millhouse.
That's it.
I'm getting
Oh.
Oh, see, this is it now. This is what
Oh.
it is.
And
Wow.
But has Ian anticipated this? Has Ian been holding that Carnosaur back, waiting for this? Because now
Yeah.
he can just turn that Carnosaur to the right and it's...
toughness 5, yeah.
I don't think he
Mm.
failed that charge on
Yeah,
purpose.
6 is to wound then. No,
So
so 2 wounds.
2 wounds, 2 saves, a 3 plus there. 1 failed.
So 1 wound on it. How many wounds does that thing have again?
5, I think. So it's taken. It's got 4 left.
I think Plague of Rust is going into that.
And you all fall quick to get crushed under its bulk.
Now that is a big sexy charge. Just check that range there. Just check that range when he piles in.
That's alright.
That is gonna hurt.
Come on there. Hello. As they die miserably.
Roll a 1 and
And
do
some
D3
shoots.
wounds
First of all,
on
the
me, yeah.
witch
Oh, you little thing.
by running forward and shouting, you know.
That's what
screaming
chariots
vengeance
do.
for his fallen men. Right.
Yeah.
This is where my skinks collapse.
Not this war wagon though. That is a thing of beauty. That has got to stay alive.
Yeah, I think
it's
Ian
the-
really needed that go turn to be at least some
Crossover.
averages. Maybe a little spike there to stop this. Both those Bastillodons failing
Stop
was
Yeah.
that
unlucky.
Carnosaur. That Carnosaur's just sitting next to the woods doing nothing.
This game for a reason.
Not by
And
choice.
they're gonna change direction and just wheel round to the wall.
That's why it's at 540 points of paperweight.
And
I
they are.
do think you're probably right on the table more often.
So this is
Yeah.
6 into the Saurus Warriors.
This is
Yeah.
the Saurus Warriors.
I think it's
Shooting.
60, so 2 hits.
You know, if it works, if the FAQ helps out Grey Swords, you'll see more Hagenef Executioners, more Blackguard
Five to wound. Oh, both wounds.
Blackguard of Nagaron. You know, it's going to dust off a lot of models.
Yeah.
I particularly like
Yeah. At the
Aiden's-
moment, it just feels like maybe you can get away with one big block. But
Yeah.
seeing units of sort of 15, 20 models is just easy points for the big bads of the game at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just a chew through, and it's just slam into it, and it's a chew through. It's an easy charge target, and you just chew them through.
Yeah.
I was
I
going to
think
say,
there's some quality in a large lump of death, of a large lump of witches. A fellow running a decent block of witches there, and that was working pretty well.
did you notice
Yeah, there's some
Aiden's strategy?
infantry that
Death
can
Hag.
still survive.
Did you notice Aiden's
Double death
strategy?
has
Yeah.
one with the witch brew, one with the core, the.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying. Can you notice Aiden's strategy here of using the great swords as a screen for the flagellants? It's particularly interesting.
Because those
That is
flagellants can
interesting.
do some serious work. Those great swords are just bog standard infantry, but those flagellants can do some work. Is the priest in with the flagellants? Yeah.
Is the priest in with the flagellants, Aiden? No, he's in with the great swords.
I
Okay.
felt they needed
Oh.
this protection more than the flagellants.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Here
Well-
comes the pie
The
plates.
priest in with the flagellants, and they would have been going straight for that Carnosaur. Has he
Uh-oh.
hit?
Yeah.
That's a big...
Miss
I mean,
Fire,
Games
correct
Workshop
it.
tell us
10
that
inches. I
Ten
think
inches.
I'm
Games
going to
Workshop
use
tell us
my,
that
officers
flagellants can
to
kill
re-roll.
dragons, so a Carnosaur should be easy, right?
Directional.
It's fine, engineer to re-roll it.
He's
even.
re-rolling
I think some of
the
these
dice.
Depends, it depends.
Directional
It depends
dice.
how many flagellants you put into a dragon to see if you can kill it.
So it's just going into the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere again.
Yeah. Mortars are great in this edition, I tell you.
Yeah.
Oh,
More to fail.
Shooting is going badly for both.
That's why you need at least
couldn't
3
you have re-rolled
mortars.
the scatter instead of the
I
distance?
think that was me missed 3
Nick,
times.
Nick, couldn't you have re-rolled the scatter instead of the distance and scattered it a different way?
You can't re-roll the scatter,
Yeah,
apparently.
because really,
Yeah.
That's why
You
it's,
can re-roll any artillery dice.
it's not an artillery dice.
Well, I would.
okay. I don't know.
To the rule book, Nick.
Yeah,
Go!
I am off. We'll have a look.
Consult the tomb. And we'll completely forgot we asked you. And then you'll tell us. And we'll be like, oh, right, okay. Game's over
Not
now.
a huge cannon player and odd. Yeah. Empire and... Yeah, he's right. Can re-roll a single artillery dice.
There you go.
But not the scatter dice.
No.
Health.
Ah,
the
you get these
Hellblaster.
professional commentators in, they don't even
Most of the armies I play are just march forward and charge, so...
fly around
Yeah.
a dragon, terrorize people.
Yeah.
Step
Here we
on
go.
bat.
Here's the Hellblaster. There's a 6. There's a 4.
16.
There's a 6.
Okay.
16 shots into skinks.
I wish it still automatically hits, but you know.
Oh, you know.
Where are these going, Aiden?
Please tell me you shot the
Into the
skinks and not the
Carnosaur.
It's
Carnosaur.
going into the Carnosaur again. The fool.
Ah,
Oh.
Quite a few hits. Not enough to kill me though.
No, just a 5.
is it 3 hits? Need
That's
6s to wound.
5.
It does need
Okay, so
you need 6 to hit the skink.
Hitting on
so-
5s, yeah.
1.
1. AP.
AP.
No wound.
5.
One wound. One wound.
Ooh, there's armor bane on that 6 as well, isn't there?
And
That'll
it's
be
just gonna
AP
five at once,
3, I
so
think.
Here's AP3.
Oh!
Talisman.
Oh.
AP1 on the other.
There's the save. There's
Ah, he's-
Oh, he stuck it. Ah.
Combat now then.
Now we'll do the combat.
Yeah.
We'll
We're
start
going to
with the-
start down there.
No,
So you're going
at
to
least
get
Aiden
to
gets-
attack first.
Should we
He
start
gets
at
to
the
bully
end?
some
Yeah.
skinks now in combat. So.
So me, captain with his lance. Only 2 attacks these days, doesn't he? Captains.
Go on.
Good as they used to be.
There should have been one other wound there, wasn't there? There was one that... There was a 5 in there as well, I think.
Went with skill 5, you went with skill 2.
No,
Yeah.
it's a 6 is to win, isn't it?
He hits twice, Lee.
Yeah.
With his lance.
Toughness 2.
Strength
Strength
5,
5,
tough.
toughness
No,
6,
strength
isn't
5,
it?
tough 6, isn't it?
AP.
AP
Yeah,
would be
strength
one.
5, tough 6.
2 dead.
Is a Hellblaster strength 5 or 4?
5, I think.
Oh. Okay, just wondering.
It's strength 5.
Pretty certain it's 5, I'm sure. I said it's sure.
Yeah, just wondering why you were wounding on 6s.
He's toughness 7, that's why.
He's toughness
It's
7.
definitely strength 5.
Carnosaur's T7.
There was a 5 in there. One of them.
No, guys, it's T7. That's these guys are going.
Is it?
What was 5s? It's like, no.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So that's 2. Okay, so Pegasus, which I think gets 2 attacks.
Okay.
Carnosaur's T6.
Yeah, Carnosaur's T6.
Carnosaur's
was-
T6, not
It is
T7.
T6. It probably would have been a couple of wounds, but no. Okay.
Well,
It's
let
only-
that
It was
those wounds 'cause it
1-5.
moved.
Yeah.
It was definitely
Strength
1-5.
7.
It is 2
It was
attacks.
1-5 it was.
3 to
Oh,
hit with the
well.
Peggy.
The
1
players
hit.
have decided to go
2
ahead.
wound. He wounded.
AP.
Don't
Okay.
give me AP.
I'm keeping this dice.
It's good, isn't it?
And then we've got Pistoliers.
This is the
and
stream
6
dice
of
are very
them,
good.
that's including a champion, so that
Yeah.
is 19 attacks.
Go on, you carry on spanking down.
Feel like
those
Aiden might be
slugs.
needing the blue Aldari dice at some point, Josh.
I'll break
At the
them out,
moment,
bud.
it's 2 to 1.
I seem to have more dice than I actually own here.
I've got some lovely Team Wales
I've got
dice.
some of
they're
yours,
you can have them if you want to purchase it.
Yeah.
Mine are all marked with a fist, so it'd be
Yeah.
probably tell them apart at the end then. I remember 19 is that's 10. That's 17, 18.
19
Bloody
shots
hell.
coming in.
What gets this many attacks?
His pistoliers.
Pistoliers. Oh, right.
Pistoliers coming in.
Each.
They get 3 each.
Yeah, they roll a lot of dice. They don't hit with many of them, though.
Anymore.
No, so
Oh, but then again, he is fighting skinks, so maybe they do.
The only thing they're good into.
yeah,
Yeah.
wounding on
Threes.
threes.
Winning on 3s.
5.
5.
Any AP.
Nope.
So 5 plus save. On 5. No, that's 5 done.
Oh,
Oh,
Five
dear.
skinks
One
Bye-bye,
skink.
skinks.
And I got my wizard.
die. The wizard.
you know, watch, they'll go back now and they'll put all.
Wizard.
Who is.
Oh, he's pulled 4. It's okay. That's not bad. It wasn't to wound that. Nick. That was to save rolls.
He missed those.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's the same.
Then your horse attack.
No, that was also.
He's double
Oh,
one.
he gets
He's
his,
double one for those hits
hammer
back.
hand attack.
Wizard.
Oh, it's hammer hand, yeah.
Try hammer hand. 6, 5. No, didn't get it at all.
Didn't get it, okay.
No hammer hand going off.
Hammer hand.
And then his
Got
normal
4.
attack.
Is
Was
the
it double
wizard
one
in
with
that
the
unit?
So I get,
Was
I
it
get a
double one
93
for the hammer
attacks
hand?
back.
Because that would have
No,
been
it's a 3 and a,
a.
3 and a 1 for the hammer hand.
3 attacks back. Weapons skill
Ah,
2.
right.
The double one was the wizard's
Any
attacks.
tags,
Double one was the
Yeah.
wizard's hand weapon attacks, and then
Hit him back.
One,
One hit.
one hit.
4 to
One
wound.
hit.
5 to wound, maybe. Critical strength 2. Not sure.
No,
Nothing.
not with a 1, it's
no
not.
wound.
Excellent.
They don't want to fight.
So,
I don't blame them.
panic test. Cold blooded comes in. So they're staying.
What's
They pass.
their. Are you sure?
Yeah, leadership 5.
And you rolled a 4, but the modifier's minus.
So minus 7. So
Yeah.
they're still going.
I think you might have needed a bit better than that, mate. Especially given how outnumbered you are as well.
Yeah. That's even
Yeah.
18 in the general. So even with that, he's still running. Even with the general going.
Yeah.
So they are going to run. I'm 87 straight back. So they're going to come behind these. You've got to follow up, haven't you? 'Cause you
I don't
can't
have to,
stream.
but I'm going to. Because.
Going to the Bastillodons then.
We're going mighty 5 inches with our shoots.
Well, that's going into them then.
Yeah.
So they're going in. So them.
I mean, general will also pursue. So I think
Because that's
he's
not.
going to have to reform at the end of this. thing,
Okay.
So,
Yeah, so he's going up to see how far.
yeah. So does he have to take a leadership test? Because if he did, he just failed.
Yeah,
it.
to restrain.
No, that was to reform when he gets to the end of his.
Yeah, oh no. How
What does he
far
split?
is he going?
He's only
So he's
I don't
overrun.
remember what the dice
Overrun
roll
with
said.
the
It was
general.
very far,
Pistoliers
he got
into
7,
one
but very
of them.
far.
Well, I think
One of
2,
them.
wasn't it? I think.
A 10 was for the leadership test.
Yeah, he's
He
just looks like he's just stopped short of one of them. So that's good.
At the end of his movement.
Yeah.
No, he's somewhere in this area anyway. He didn't go very far.
There.
Oh, he doesn't need to. He's 360 line of sight.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
Guess
Hey,
general's overrun.
combat for these here.
Cool. Yes, so impact hits.
Carry on,
first.
carry on.
yeah.
Here comes the battle wagon. 2.
Oh, one impact.
Well, yeah, look at it. Get the big bucket of dice out now. 7,000 hits. Watch.
Oh no, he's got to do them all separately because they've got all the different weapons.
Man catcher, pokey prodder, all the.
Yeah,
Carry
Here we
it's a
go.
heavy charge
Love
for
it.
you, Peter, from-
I used to have one of those when I was a
I've got
kid. Showing my
5
age a bit here. The
ordinary
metal one,
attacks.
and
No, hang on. 3
at 12, 13 years
So
old,
they need
it is
3s and
a
3s.
bit of a puzzle to put together. So I've just got memories of pushing around literally a pile of metal on a base and telling everyone it was a war wagon. So to see it on the table, painted well, put
It's
together,
beautiful, isn't it?
yeah, it's awesome. So
I've
good.
got the original slam. Do you remember when the temple guard used to carry him on the litter on their shoulders?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's it's painted. It looks like somebody just threw 6 cans of emulsion at it. I think it was that when I gave up painting. I gave up painting when I was like 11 or something.
Hey, you never painted since.
I've never
You should
painted
get back
since.
into it.
Got me.
I remember having a unit of Knights of the Blazing Sun that I'd just basically got the roller that my mum had been using for the walls, got some yellow on it, because that's the colour of the sun, and just went all over them. They wouldn't have met the 3-colour battle ready standard, but they were definitely bright. Oh yeah, I don't know. I think you should give it another try.
Would you have remembered that they were evasive? Because that would have saved Aiden.
So, the War Wagon's kind of fluffed it.
The war wagon's fluffed it. Has he done any damage?
He killed 2 skinks.
Killed 2 skinks, has he? Still got to win that combat.
Well, is he though? What if they do back enough?
Oh!
No, it's just.
It's not over yet though. I've still got stomp attack. So I think it's D3 plus 1 stomps.
He's got a stomp. Oh no.
Yeah, he's got D3 plus 1 stomps, impacts, and stomps.
Where the hell are the stomps coming from?
Somebody wanted somebody wanted to sell a lot of war wagons.
Those are big. If you've got horses that can pull a cart like that, they can stomp on a little skink.
Big horses. They're big horses.
Right, okay. I don't think I read the universal rule of big horses in the rule book, but I must have missed it.
Oh, well,
What's your one from?
Yeah.
Big ass horses.
Okay.
gotta be big shires. Yeah, that's a good 6. What's that killing?
So he's got a general's leadership check here on these skinks. Oh, interesting.
Oh, he's safe.
Yeah. Oh, you full blood as well, aren't you? So you roll extra dice on that.
He did roll 3 dice for the leadership then, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he shouldn't be doing that.
If he's not
Did
got
he?
renegades, he rolled 6, 4, 4. Oh, is that no?
No.
That was the saves.
That was the saves.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
No impact hits, but I didn't get any impact hits this time. So.
Who needs them?
Oh, it's hard to keep up because we've been switching in and out of renegades at the club a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's,
I love
So,
the renegades pack. It's making all
what's the
the difference.
Almanac
It's
gonna
putting,
do then
it's
for the
putting stuff
game?
on the table. It's just gathering dust in a cupboard.
Are we going to have
Yeah.
a new standardised
Yeah.
method part of the game now, moving forward? That would be good for the game. You know, with the almanac and everything.
It's whether they adopt some of the changes that have been suggested by the renegade pack, because some of them are very sensible, minute changes that make a lot of stuff playable. It just depends on whether they want to make it
Yeah.
playable or not. You know, do they want to enjoy playing the game with stuff that's stuffed in the cupboard, or do they want to just
Yeah.
keep
So, for
selling
those
more
at home who
miniatures?
don't know, what is the Renegades pack?
So the Renegades pack is what Valve from Square-based put together to make the armies that are not playable, really. Well, it's not that they're not playable, it's just they're not competitive. But it gives them small, minor tweaks to make them competitive. Lizardmen is the prime example here with Lizardmen on the stream tonight, is they're rolling 3 dice for their cold-blooded. But in the Legacy armies, which is what GW released, is they're restricting it to very few rolls, whereas the Renegade pack lets you to roll cold-blooded for everything,
Which
which
is how
makes
it used to be.
Lizardmen from running away all the time, which make it stopping it's stopping them running away all the time.
Yeah. So all those factions, Josh, that GW decided are legacy, they're not part of the old world at the moment. That they've just sort of been given those a PDF version of the rules, which is, well, some of them fine. Vampire counts are fine just as they are. But there's others like Skaven are in a terrible spot using just those PDF rules. So Val, like Adam said, Val came up with an update to the rules for them, to those PDFs, just to keep them a little bit in the game. And some of the tournaments, some of the sort of tournament scene in the UK has started to adopt it. But at the club, been playing it quite a bit as well. So it's been nice to see. It's just I don't know. People are a little bit.
Hesitant.
Yeah, we're just sort of. It's early days. So he only came out with it about maybe 6 weeks ago or something like that. I don't know, 2 months, maybe something
Okay.
along
Yeah.
those lines. So it's yeah.
Well,
Still working it
traditionally,
out.
you know, WTC World Team Championships were used to have to balance the game itself for fantasy because the Games Workshop gave it so little love.
Yeah,
They were, you know, they gave. I remember, was it Beastmen got an extra 400 points in a 2,000 point army to try and balance it.
mm,
Wood Elves got an extra 400 points to try and
yeah,
balance them. You know,
It
they
shouldn't
were
be that
modifying.
broken though that you need to add 400 points.
Well, that's how it was. That was the
yeah,
game state, and even then, they had a terrible win rate.
yeah, yeah,
And the community adopted that globally, really. You know, so you'd go to a standard GT and
yeah,
you'd get the extra 400 points.
yeah. I think it's yeah, it's a similar move to that from but from Squarebase, the guys at the Squarebase podcast, basically, and
It's
but
subtle.
it's
It's
still
subtle, but it makes a difference.
Mm.
it does, yeah, it does. Um, but there's a lot of people out there who kind of GW purists, and they just want to play the game that GW have released. So
Yeah,
not
but
everyone, like UKTC, have said that they're not going to take it on for their their next few events anyway.
well,
So
fair enough. Let's see.
The
Let
one
the
we did
dust
in
settle.
Liverpool, the one we did in Liverpool was where everyone was playing Renegades there, and it was all quite fun. And
yeah,
Well, I think for the
Well, Dark Elves won. Dark Elves won, and they wouldn't have won without the Renegade pack. I'm not saying that that's what made them win,
yeah,
but it certainly kept them competitive.
yeah,
so we're in well into Ian's.
He's starting to pull back
Magic
now.
missile.
He's scared.
We are. So we're in. Yeah. Ruby Ring of Rust.
we've got halberdiers. Yeah,
Sorry, we're well into Ian's turn now. But I think for the
yeah,
Welsh National Championships in September, I think as a community we probably want to look at adapting the Renegades rules, and I think I'm in favour of it because I think it's the way the game was before.
100%. 100%. It'll get more people to join because more people will go and look at their favourite army that they've not been able to play because it wasn't included or because it got severely penalised by the legacy system, and it will just get more people back out and playing. And I can think of one member of our club at Loan that if you just make Skaven playable at all, he'll change his complete attitude and play a lot more. And if that's one person,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
That's
unfortunately,
fair,
he's a
yeah.
very undesirable individual, and he's in the chat at the moment. But
I know, but rats is going to be rats, aren't they?
dirty rat bastard.
But we need him to come because we want to have a barbecue in his garden
Yeah.
afterwards, don't we?
Yeah, yeah. If he can't sleep on his floor if he doesn't play the game.
Yeah, I'll post a link in the chat actually for that because it'd be good to get as many people to come as possible. And actually, the venue we're doing it, they'd probably let us have a barbecue there, so it's not a problem.
The venue you're doing it at, mate, they'll probably let you set fire to the roof and cook sausages on the walls, but
Hey, it's a good venue.
They'll probably need to after we've been there.
Purge.
oh, the stream's dropped, I think. Just double check. I think the stream's dropped.
I'm okay at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
I
okay.
pressed the wrong
See it
button.
on.
Sooner, unfortunately, our tech is went on holiday this week and is supposed to fix the goddamn internet.
Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay.
Yep. Just hold your breath. I think it helps the connectivity.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So we've got some good numbers for the Welsh Open already, so that's good. Half the tickets sold, and
Yep,
still
I'm
3
in.
months to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to post. put this in the chat. Gonna put the link in for the Welsh Open here. Make sure you sign up. You don't have to be Welsh to come, but it helps.
That's what the Skaven players said.
So Ian's moving in here. Let's get our heads back in the game here, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we do.
Sorry, a bit of shameless promotion never hurt anybody.
Yeah, it's fine.
No. Right.
The shots onto
What's
your-
happened? Lots have
If they
happened.
get close enough, the mortar shots will scatter
Well,
around.
we've had the
Ian's
charge.
charged some skinks into those.
He has.
That Carnosaur's still hiding by the wood.
Yeah, why is the Carnosaur still there?
Because
What
because we've
happened?
got the elementals in the way, so we can't get.
So you can't charge?
Yeah.
So he's stuck for another
Biding
turn.
his time.
So I am going to see.
Well, he can just pick that tent up and charge.
So that's fine. I'm going to march in.
You can what, sorry?
Yeah, that's Ian's vortex.
He can
You
remove
can take it away.
Yeah.
I can remove
Pick
it
it
if
up
I
and put it back
decide to,
down.
but I'm not.
He's not
Sausage.
decided to remove it. Cool.
So
So I'm trying not to interfere in the game too much. I've got two commentators nattering my head going, "What? Do this? What's that? Oh my god, what's going on?" And I reply to the
You wanted an
commentators, and the
you
player's
wanted
like,
an
"What the hell are
interactive
they
experience.
What could they possibly say?
Here you go.
Yeah.
Look,
he's just gonna move
look. 20 minutes ago, this is what I said. He's holding that Carnosaur back. He's sitting him there in the middle, waiting for that flank touch, and now look, bang! Now sideways into the war wagon.
Yeah.
Well, if it's still there,
So
probably will be.
That war wagon cannot get a big enough overrun with that woods to get out of the arc of that
actually no, but he's going to shoot
Carnosaur now.
them there.
That's the perfect trap.
MR on them.
Tell you what though, it can wheel and hide behind the woods. Unless that is that Carnosaur touching the woods or?
Get it.
I think he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Okay.
3d3. So that's only going to be.
Try. No.
No, he's not touching the woods.
No. I can hide that thing behind the woods.
Strength 5.
Yes, 4 wounds.
Oh, 4.
Can he wheel on the overrun, or has he got to overrun straight forward?
No, but he should win that the combat this
He's got
round.
to overrun straight forward. But if he's going to connect, then he follows the rules for charging.
No,
So
you're not.
at that point, you maximise base contact. And
Yeah, but the war wagons could win this round
Who's-
and then be free.
Everyone
to
say
Yeah,
they
because it's
defend
Ian's
up
turn
in
now,
with
isn't it?
Yeah,
range.
it's
It's Ian's turn now. So if the war wagon wins in this round and overruns, then he's got his own turn to move out the way. That's a good shout.
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One would do him.
So I'm just looking for 1-6.
So I hope he doesn't know how to hide behind a shield.
Here we go.
You got a 6.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you did. You got a 6 there.
So,
The poison finally worked.
yeah,
5 to save. No, he's
well,
dead.
he's dead.
Killed the final dude, Halberdier down there.
Are they within 12?
Nick, what would you have put in this Empire
6
core
on the
list
go
other
for the
than
witch hunter.
a patchwork of halberdiers and crossbowmen? What would you have put
Of
in there to
nonsense.
make some sort of difference in this list? Knowing you were going up against Lizardman, but not knowing what you were facing, but knowing you were probably facing a lot of stinky skinkies.
Loads of drilled Empire Knights, I think.
Yeah?
Like multiple small units of drilled Empire Knights.
Or just 5 men, no command, 5 men, no command, make it nice and simple and just get them moving up the board as quick as you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, just starting them off in marching column. They can charge out of it. They can just, the skinks can try and avoid or whatever. And then, because Ian's just been able to march him up forward and just shoot and know that he's not really gonna, you can only get so much back. So, yeah, I'd have done loads of small MSU 5-man knights.
Yep.
Drilled, I reckon. And yeah.
Or would you have gone again? Would you have gone the complete opposite way around there and just stacked it with archers and crossbowmen and played them at his own game?
You could do, but then the problem with the skinks is they're skirmish, and then the archers are only hitting on 4s at best, probably 5s. Well,
There's the
maybe
poison.
5s for range, and it's not easy. You don't get many hits through on skirmishers
don't
like
know.
that. Not with a unit that's ballistic skill 3.
I can't think of anything that is better,
That's
though.
right, guys. We have a question from Aiden. Maybe someone in the chat can answer us. But does anything have immunity to poison anymore? I'm assuming that big jade statue
Yes.
should have.
Core Hill Lion Mane does, Josh.
What does?
Four.
White Lion.
Core Hill Lion Mane.
Just him.
Core Hill Lion Mane. Yeah,
Just one
him.
character.
Just one
Just
guy
him.
in that
I
unit.
don't know about anybody else.
I think if we do get to see the reappearance of vampire counts or some form of undead, they will see a lot of resistance to poison there, because thematically it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, the saves on these buff marines phenomenal.
But then they didn't make Tomb Kings. They didn't make Tomb Kings resistant to poison, and they just made a bone. So
Yeah.
What was I going to say, Aiden? They had a response. One unit that we know of is immune to poison.
What's that?
Core Hill.
Oh, for God's sake!
Bloody Nick.
Of course it'd be bloody
Yeah,
Core
Core Hill, Nick's. Nick's Core Hill.
Completely useless because this unit isn't.
I think it's still a panic test.
Yeah, not great for Empire. I think High Elves is the one army Aiden doesn't have, isn't it? Oh, if they just fell back, they just panicked away.
They've panicked, yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting combat scene. Those is it the great swords
into the Saurus
with
Warriors,
the into the Saurus Warriors. That's going to be interesting to see.
see, a lot of people dump on Saurus Warriors, but they're 2 attacks. It's not to be shifted at. Not many basic infantry have got 2 attacks on the bounce.
Yeah, they're tough. They're slow. That's the main drawback with them. I think they're like initiative 1 or 2, are they?
Yeah, the initiative's
Just give them
pretty
thrusting
slow,
spears. Just give them thrusting spears in a big block and hold them back and get charged. Don't do the charging.
I agree.
Yeah. Can they take spears? Yeah.
Yeah, they can take thrusting spears, but they think they can only get the second rank when it gets 1 attack. Is that correct? They don't get the 2
Yeah,
attacks.
Yeah.
of course. That
that would
always
be right,
that
yeah.
always hurts when you're paying all those points for the spears. You're only really getting.
You put 7 across the front though. 7 across the
Yeah.
front. You're getting 21 attacks
Yeah,
on the
it's-
charge.
Yeah.
22 with a champ.
Well, this
Having
is
no
the thing.
AP on the spears as well, though. It's
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
strength 4.
I
which
think
is
that there
don't
should be.
strength 4's
Yeah,
massive
I think
for
there
line
should be
infantry.
AP. Spears should get AP when they are charged. They should get AP 1 when they're charged. So
Yes.
they wedge them in the
Yep.
ground. They take the charge. They
Yeah.
should get the AP 1.
Well, I just think that makes
Yeah.
them like something that cavalry might not want to charge, which is thematic. Like at the
Which is,
moment,
but that's the
cavalry
whole
don't give a
point, isn't
shit.
it? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the whole point.
Even if it was only
Total War.
AP when they're charged in the front by cavalry. that
Yeah,
would be-
exactly.
Yeah.
Even if it was only then.
I've
If it.
always been
imagine if
frustrated by
infantry-
spears. Always. Because they were the super weapon of the super utility weapon of the medieval age. There's a reason why everyone used
Yep.
spears. They were super useful.
Yeah.
You know, a spearman
Yeah.
will beat a swordsman one-on-one. You know,
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
just
But
so...
we don't see that kind of alternative benefit for them. There isn't that utility isn't there for them to just wedge them in the ground and take the charge. AP 1 on the
Like-
charge would make blocks of infantry with spears so much more useful.
But anyway, to
It
your point
looks
about
like the
them
great
being
swords are doing good work.
fucking
Yeah,
a
they
lot of
tune
good
up them
work.
Saurus, isn't it? What we took 6 out? As he took 6 out there, yeah.
I've never seen great swords perform that well.
No.
Was that mostly
After we
the...
just said such nice things about
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Saurus warriors.
Was that not the priest do most of that work? Because that's a lot of
The
dead
priest did all that with hammer hand.
Was it? Oh, yeah.
hammer hand. So everything missed, but
Aiden's
Price-
got all the old 90s metal Empire great swords as well. They are so good.
That
Love it. No.
twice blessed armor is a good little magical item. It's not a lot of points and it does a lot of damage.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's got the
with the
twice
hammer
blessed
hand.
armor, it's got hammer hand built in.
Yeah.
the hammer hand didn't do anything. I think it was all that was all the great swords, believe it or not.
Oh, was it?
Wow. And they fell back.
Fall back, the priest was stood behind the Saurus warriors and is now getting a great sword unit in the face.
We could have evaded.
Can a great
Tested for an evade.
what can test for
Oh,
an
don't
evade?
worry.
Okay.
Because it's on the follow up,
So-
isn't it? You can test to evade on the follow up if he passes an initiative
Yeah.
check.
Hardly anyone uses that rule.
I don't know
It's
it.
so underused.
Yeah, if
So
it's a
if-
follow up. Sorry, go on,
Yeah.
Nick.
No, you do it, mate. You know it. Go for it.
So if they're following up and the priest's in the way, then he can an initiative test to dive out the way. He can move his movement out the way.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's amazing.
Only on a follow up, not on a charge. It's only on a follow up. It's because it would be
Mhm.
a semi accidental contact, so he chances to out of the way.
Bloody hell.
Never mind. Tell you what, that war wagon needs to do some good work on that side there, because it is
It
getting.
does, but it's getting punked by some skinks apparently. Why how are the skinks doing this?
How many wounds has it got left there, Josh? Can you see?
Okay, hang on.
Weapons, which is Piranha Blade. They've got the Piranha Blades for that.
Oh, so they've got the Piranha Blade -1, and he's put Plague of Rust.
So that's just the reels for the Lizardmen.
Oh.
So it's AP.
Who's got the Piranha Blade?
No magical weapons, they've got -1 AP when they're in combat.
Skinks.
So I've got 5 attacks
Skinks
back
have
from
got
the ordinary
Piranha
fellas and the
Blade.
horses.
Apparently.
Who 3 hits.
Okay.
Oh, is it the wizard or something?
3 to
that's
wound.
in
We've
there?
got 1.
No, there's nothing on the wizard. The wizard's naked.
AP.
Nobody's got the Piranha Blade in that list.
5s.
Yeah, they're heavy armour, are they?
No, it's
Oh,
the
they've got
unit.
light armor with
Apparently, I
shields.
don't know.
Bloody
Let's
hell.
have a look.
6 and shields.
Right, okay.
Let's
Well, we
find
get
out
the
because the
halberd
unit
next.
doesn't have the Piranha
He hits.
Blade.
He wounds, that's 1 dead, I think.
Yeah, because it's AP minus 2, isn't it? So that's 1 gone. That's 2 to 1 so far.
And then
You
we've
can
got
hear a cat in the
ball and
background.
chain.
apologies.
Hits. Hello, cat.
Yeah.
2 to
Oh
0.
no! A cat's
Yeah.
invaded this.
We can see a cat in the foreground.
Oh god.
Just stamping all this here then.
He does that
Does the cat
every
do
time.
impact hits?
He does that every
Um,
cat. The cat does
So
huge
I've done 1
impact
dead
hits.
from ball and chain, and then I've
No
got
one
the
dead
mag
from
catcher.
ball and chain.
Coughs up a hairball. Does a
Moves.
random movement every
AP.
turn.
I don't think there's any AP on the mag catcher.
Okay, so 5 up save.
You don't want to smell it stomp.
Not a
Save.
save. These things are invincible. Then I've just got me stomp attacks,
Yeah, you stomp attacks, but you're just going to kill them.
which is 3 hits.
3 hits.
3 hits on the stomp from the war wagon.
One
Oh!
AP.
Yes, he could
AP1.
use.
6s.
Whoa!
The
And
Warwagon's
that's 6
just not doing it today,
The war
is
wagon
it?
is,
So
is
you've got
screwed.
close order, haven't you?
Yeah.
So
No.
you win by 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it wins by 1, but there's a lot of leadership around there.
There is.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is that 3 dice for a leadership again?
Yeah.
3 dice for
It is.
leadership.
I thought that's 3. That's 3 dice for a leadership.
Go into the woods. You've got to follow up. I
Which
assume.
leadership
They-
test is it a cold-blooded works on? Because it doesn't.
No,
work
they're
on-
saves.
No, it doesn't work on
No,
all
it is
of
3
them.
dice
No,
for
yeah.
What is it
leadership.
it works on?
It's that.
I'm very
Terror and
confused
fear.
here now.
Break, terror, and fear. So it doesn't
Yeah.
work on panic.
No. It doesn't work on panic.
So you can panic
That's
them
a
off.
bit bad, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, so cold-blooded works on break test. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's what we're hearing. So, ready? Pistoliers into the Pistolodons. Here we go.
I've got an initiative of 3.
Okay.
Skinks have got an initiative
Have
of
they?
6.
Ooh.
I'm surprised that the Pistolodons have
I did
initiative
charge
3.
you. I'm probably initiative 6 as well. We're a couple of inches away there. What was it? I don't remember. I rolled a 5.
So
but
I
can't
think
do
it was
it.
about 2 inches.
2 inches away.
He
Oh,
couldn't
you
get
couldn't
in.
fit, yeah.
He
Okay,
couldn't
so
get
it's
in, so
initiative 5 then.
Initiative
Probably.
5. So
Pistolodons are
first.
initiative 1. Skink crew is initiative 4.
I might go first.
Pistolodons initiative 1, I think. Just check check
So-
that. Sorry.
I believe it's the sun.
It's
isn't
only
it?
the
It's
skink
got
crew
power
that
of the
are
sun to
initiative 4.
speed
Yeah.
them up or something, isn't that right?
Yeah, basically they've got the solar panel, so it gives them an extra initiative.
Ah,
so
there you
there's
go.
2
The solar
there.
panel gives them extra
Well,
initiative.
okay, Initiative 3.
That's interesting. Maybe I
Gives them
should.
1 extra initiative.
So,
Oh, gives them 1 extra initiative.
yeah, well,
think.
there's 2 of them there, so it stacks.
Oh, it stacks.
Yeah.
So it's an aura.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
It's
that's
a
a really
6-inch
cool. Rule.
aura. So anything within 6 inches. So
Ads,
their
why are you
initiative
laughing
would be
and
higher.
sniggering in my ear, you little bitch? You're causing mischief. I'm sorry, we're not questioning. We just want to know the rules. What's going on? So the Pistolodons, that's kind of a cool ability, right? Because that would really help the
didn't know it
Saurus warriors.
It does.
But it's not helping them right now.
It's not
though,
helping
is
them
It
it?
says
now,
friendly
because I've got
unit, so it
flanks,
doesn't cast
so
on
it's in the
self.
No.
So, but it does help them out.
Okay.
So
Nick, am I
first
right
one's
here? If
the
it says
Skinks
friendly
crew,
units, it doesn't
influence
affect
only.
self.
It needs to be range south to be cast on
Yeah,
itself.
so it says the solar radiance, while within 6 inches or more of a solar engine, friendly units with the cold-blooded special rule have a +1 modifier to their initiative. So they would only be, you couldn't benefit from your own.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. There's a few of these that are a little bit dicey in the rules that people.
Almost like
Yeah.
Old World was written on the
Yeah.
back of a fag packet in a pub.
It's a very big fag packet, but yeah,
Yes. Over
definitely
several
in a
years.
pub. Yeah, definitely in a pub. I think.
The only place to
Yeah.
play Warhammer.
A collection of fag packets. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
It's a good game though.
Yeah, I
Absolutely
love
love
it,
it.
I
I mean,
love
look
it.
at what we've got here. The swingy nature of it's amazing. Having seen the start and the lineups, we thought the Empire had no chance, and then
You know,
it's thoroughly game on at this stage.
well, I play a lot of 40k. I play for the Welsh team.
Yeah.
That has a place for me. But fantasy was always my love. It's my first love. And
Okay, so, sorry, just
go.
one very quickly, just while we were checking this. Cold-blooded, if we're not playing the Renegade pack, Cold-blooded was not, it's only for fear, panic, or terror, not for the break test that
Yeah.
he rolled the 3d6 for. If we're not playing the Renegade pack, which we haven't played for all the game, then that break test was the Skinks ran away, mate.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we'll have assume
But
it's
just
the
forget it.
Renegade
Just
pack.
forget it. It's just worthwhile mentioning because we can't
Yeah.
keep switching the pack when it suits.
Yeah. The players are having fun, but it's something we can tighten up with afterwards.
Yeah.
And I think if we look at doing a old world league, it would be really good to stream some of those league games on here as well. And this way, we could probably be a bit tighter on the rules as well.
Yeah.
How would you want to run a league for old world?
I would expressively plea that we don't have to have everything painted. That would be my first.
Of course you would, yeah.
First.
But imagine if
Adam,
you had to...
Otherwise, otherwise,
politically
Alex,
neutral grey
otherwise
man.
Alex and I can't play at all ever, and that's not fun. So
No, you just go minus 100 points if you're not painted. Easy.
no embargo on 3D printed. That would be nice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant more structural than what your structural wants rather than...
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just want to play.
Yeah. See who wants to play, and
Just want to
then
be included.
create matchups that people have to play. I don't know. I feel like it. I mean, I don't know how the 40k one works, to be honest, Josh. But yeah.
The 40k one
I feel
is...
like there's
is
not obviously not as big a following for Old World, is there? So
yet, but 40k
maybe
started in the same place. Remember that until we built it. It's what it is today, and that was
yeah,
the idea. Is you're forcing, not forcing, but you're basically saying normally when you go to club, you tend to play the same people over and over again,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that's not good. It's not good for the game. It's not good for the community. It's not good for you. And what we
Yeah.
did is we wanted to basically just go. Here's everyone's playing the same mission this week, same format.
Yeah.
But who you play is random. And you can never play the same
Yeah.
person twice over the duration of that league. And you just hash it
Do,
out.
do you randomize it? Do you randomize it in advance and give them time to make their fixings, or how does that work?
No,
Or do
you
you just
submit your
randomize
list
on the
for-
day of
No,
whoever
you s-
turns up on the day? And
No, you submit your list for the round. Say round
Yep.
1, everyone submits their list, so there's no list fixing. And then you do the random pairings. Everyone knows the mission. Do the random pairings. What am I missing here? That's it, really. There's nothing more to
Yeah.
it. Am I missing something?
And then how long do you have to play
That's what
around?
I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. We did it. Sorry, that's the bit I
Yeah.
was trying to get my head. I've had
Yeah.
far too many beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
So we give people 3 weeks to play their round, So that basically that
Yeah.
means you can play
Yeah,
other
that's
game
fair. That makes
systems, you can
sense.
have your friends, you can test your list, you can whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I think the old world gang are, I feel like they're pretty good in terms of people do. We do. There's only 10, 12 of us maybe who play really regularly, and we
Yeah, the
do.
continuity.
You
What
know,
you
we
what
do
you
mix it up, don't we? We play.
yeah.
But there's about maybe 30, or there's probably at least 20 to 30 that dip in and out at the club.
Well, the league
And
is a
maybe
way of
you
kind of
know, maybe
bring them back in. And what we found with 40k is I
yeah.
think the first league was the 18, and we started it, and we
Mm,
we did the draws and we did the streams, and suddenly it's like people were like, oh, I want to be in the league. And then the next
yeah.
league was 28, and then the next league was 36,
Yeah.
and then it's just
Yeah.
and it's just demand's growing. Um, and people were
Mm.
Yeah.
hearing about it in other
It
clubs
would
in
be
other
nice.
areas, and
It would be nice to be able to see to try and get some people that are maybe some diehard 40k players who we could maybe not poach is not the right word, but we could get them to be interested in playing Old World as well.
yeah.
You got a lot of 40k players there that are diehard 40k players that are very good 40k players, good hobbyists, good painters, good good people. But trying to if we could find a way to just get them to come over and play the different games a little bit. And like you said, if you're playing your 40k league game once every 3 weeks, then you've still
Well,
got a bit of
we
time to come and
designed
play and
the
learn a new
40k
system.
league because you know me. I'm a toy soldier fanatic. I love old world.
Yeah.
I love 40k. I love Horus Heresy. I love board gaming. I will play anything. And when
Yeah.
we
I think what we need is a really big scalp, Adam. We need like a massive name at the club to turncoat on 40k and just exclusively play Old World from now on. I don't
I'm
know.
not
There might be.
Who could we use?
Yeah, I don't know who we could possibly think of that might want to do
shut up. What you need is what I could help you do is we could build a league. That's the best way to do it.
that.
Rather than starting wars. Turf
Then
wars
what
What
we
over
so
need
the,
is
systems.
so,
Josh in the square outside of Daniel Owen Centre just to burn his 40k armies.
yes,
Yeah.
Eldar on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking sacrilege. Come on,
What
guys.
actually?
Calm down.
What Alex and I talked what Alex and I talked about a couple of weeks ago, which I thought was quite a good idea. Is obviously Alex and I do quite a lot of 3D printing, and it would not
Mm,
take an awful lot for us to knock up 2,000 points of an old world army. And I mean, it would cost pennies, right? It would cost nothing for him and I to do this, and we've discussed this.
yeah.
And then we discussed the possibility of maybe doing some sort of raffle in the club. All the proceeds go to the club, or to the Daniel Owen Centre, whichever way you want to work it.
Oh,
And
Daniel
then
Owen
the
Centre would be better.
prize, if anybody pays a fiver to enter,
They get in
then
the army.
everyone chucks in a fiver to enter, and they win a 2,000 point table ready army, and then they can play
Painted
Old
by
World. So
you.
none of that, I haven't got. There won't be any painting. You can have it fucking grey, and you'll have to stick it back together yourself. But but it'll be in tiny little takeaway tubs, ready to assemble. Unless Studs wants to get involved and throw one of his
Yeah.
beautiful paint schemes on it, but we think that might be a way to tempt people over. And if we it's not going to be a lot. Everyone chucks a fiver in, and at the end of it, somebody wins an army that they can actually put on the table. And we
It
talked
sounds
about
like a
this a
sterling
couple of
idea.
weeks ago.
Anyway,
And it took us 3 days to print it. We worked it out. So anyway, back
let-
to what we were doing because things are dying and we're
yeah,
not paying
true. Okay,
attention.
so
Yeah.
guys, players,
Yeah.
give us an update on what's happening at the moment then.
He's just basically fired a cannon into my Sauruses.
We've been away
to
for a
move them.
while.
Yeah.
Cannon's killed the Saurus, great. He's got his points
He's
back then.
He's charged his archers into my skinks there because he's blocked the line of sight for my
That's clever.
Carnosaur getting into his war wagon.
That war wagon still hasn't
He's
managed to
charged
kill
his general
90 points
into
worth of
one of my
skinks.
No, but the
Stylodons.
Oh dear me,
the
poor war wagon.
the Carnosaur is not able to charge the war wagon now because of the archers. So it's a good move.
Can't see.
And we've obviously lost some pistoliers over there.
Is that the
which
captain
surprising.
in the flank of?
Yes, the captain is in the
Is the
flank of one of the
captain on the
Pistolions.
peg inside? Yeah.
Yeah. And what's
Well,
a
it doesn't matter.
You can't
Okay.
gain. You cannot gain additional combat res from attacking the Bastillodon in the flank. There will be no flank bonus.
No, he just wants to attack it.
Is it a skirmish or something?
Still on your
No,
sheet?
they have a stupid rule.
Yeah.
Let me just
Going
double check what
AFK
the name of the
for
rule is. But they have a rule which means you can't do damage to them in the flank or in the. I'll tell you now. 1 second.
This is why you are on the stream, Adam.
So pay
I
attention.
did not know
It's
that
called
rule.
impervious defense. Where's it gone? Impervious
Yeah.
defense. Enemy units cannot claim any bonus combat result points for being engaged in this model's flank or rear arc.
Nice. Yeah. So there's still all the artillery is still alive, and these. I don't know. I don't think the Carnosaur's not taken a single wound yet, and the Slan obviously hasn't either.
No.
But that cannon is looking down the flank of those Saurus warriors.
If you can hit the Saurus and the Carnosaur,
Yeah.
aim for the Saurus closest and then bounce into the Carnosaurs.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Ian hasn't pushed a group of those skinks up into that artillery and had just gone over the top of the walls and everything and just done everything to get him mixed up in that artillery. And just tied the
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah, the skinks on the left hand flank, Ian's left hand.
He hasn't
You'd
moved.
have thought he'd have tried to push, and the Bastillodon over there, you'd have thought he'd have tried to push forward with them a bit more.
Yeah, get that Bastillodon into the middle, send those skinks. Those skinks have not moved for 2 turns. They could have been up and round the back of that mansion and into the back of that artillery.
Mm.
10 shots. 4 shots.
14.
He's focusing on what's happening on the right without thinking about.
Skinks.
Yeah, he's just rolling. He's rolling hard on the right, isn't he? And not.
So 22.
Yeah, without thinking about what he can do on that side over there.
Problem is I don't think that this Empire captain on the peg can do enough damage to a Bastillodon, and we were, limited turns. He's not going to chew through 2 Bastillodons just on wounds alone, regardless of how much attacks they do back. It's just on the chewing through the wounds and the armor save, isn't it?
Yeah.
11 actually, there altogether, yeah.
Yeah, what's the Bastillodon on? A 4+ armor or something, and
Yeah.
So just check.
captain's he's not got a magical weapon.
Great weapon. I think he might be on a great weapon though. Bastillodon's rocking a 3
Let's
up
catch up.
armor, mate.
Alright guys, how are we doing? Let's catch up with the players. So, game state.
Which is pity because that was an excellent roll for shooting. What can you do?
So where are we? Your turn, Aiden?
It is my shooting phase.
It's a lance neck. He's rocking a lance
Yeah,
on
it's a
the peg.
lance, and he's got the ruby ring on the captain as
So
well.
I'm picking him off
Yeah,
at the
but once
corners,
he's in
but
combat, the
not getting
ruby
doing a lot
ring's
of damage.
pointless, isn't it?
But,
I know. I don't like.
I
I
mean,
don't
combat
like the
combat,
ruby ring
easy
on a
units.
combat character.
No, not at all. Sit it back and get some use out of it. Put it on the engineer.
Yeah.
Do that one first. I want to kill your priest.
Okay.
The engineer
It's
could
only-
have took the ruby
So I
ring,
think
couldn't he?
I charged in.
We've got some
Yeah,
great
50 points, magic. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 points for the ruby ring. The engineer could have took it, and it's a free fireball every time. The engineer's not moving.
No,
Can he fire out of that like a
and
firing
probably.
Set the attacks all together.
Oh, so hang on, we got the great swords to the skink.
Yeah.
This time it's personal.
And 2's to kill him.
Yeah.
He is dead.
He's very dead.
He is very dead.
He's very dead because he's just white armor.
Yep.
So, bye bye, little
we're
sneaky
gonna-
priest.
Is that the priest? Is that one skink priest?
Yeah.
The Saurus is behind.
and overrun into the Saurus. I had to test it to
Is
restrain
that no
him
more
with
Pillar
forms
of
and tried to
Fire
get
to
to the side
torment
of the
with?
carnage.
Yeah.
No, it's Ian's
Yeah,
turn
Yeah,
next
no,
time.
spirit stones,
That,
though.
that's how you dispel the spells. You kill the wizard.
Yeah, when you've only got level 1, Aiden's strategy for dispelling spells is to
Okay.
kill the wizard that cast it. There you go.
So
I like it.
that's that combat done there.
Yeah.
Combat here.
Yeah, might as well
So
do that one.
your
Like two
The
options.
endless
What turn
war.
are we on? Is it turn 4 now?
What turn are we on, actually?
Won it.
3, I think.
It's turn 3, can't
Is it?
be.
Yeah,
One.
it's your turn 3.
Could well be my
Fail.
turn
It
three.
can't be turn
It's your
3.
No
It
wizard
is
there.
turn 3.
It could easily be turn 3.
Yeah,
it's
that
turn
sounds
three,
about right.
it'll be turn four.
Started at 7:30.
Get anything on there?
Nothing at all.
Oh, I
Okay,
don't know.
so
Yeah,
that
maybe
carries
not.
to be-
4 attack back.
We kind of sort of moved forward in the first turn, then it stood still for 2 turns.
No, it failed the charge, and
Alright,
then it turned on the next turn.
That wasn't in the. It
Yeah.
moved forward in the first turn.
Yeah, second turn, failed the charge.
Move
Third turn,
forward, failed a
two turns
charge.
to get a charge into his wall.
turn to the right.
Turned,
right and move
moved
left.
You've
forward.
got 2 wounds left on that, haven't you?
Yeah.
So it's Ian's
Yeah,
turn
no,
4
we're
after
gonna
this
go on its
combat.
last legs then. Warband's on its last legs now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I'm,
back
gonna,
wheels.
I'm gonna try the wall.
It should
wagon.
start speeding up a bit now.
Won it.
Won it.
Oh yeah, there's not as much on the table at the moment.
Yep. Come on, little sixes. No,
Sadly, I don't think that
nothing
push.
for your war wagon
I don't
gets
think
to
that push
kill
through
one
this
of those
right
things.
flank was punchy enough for the Empire. I
So
think
we've
that
got
the
3 hits.
Three
No.
for the normal attacks here.
the death knell
No,
is.
he needed to clear one of those
AP.
Bastillodons, didn't he?
Yeah,
If he
before
could have got the
before
chariot
Carnage
into one of
Storm.
them.
And we've
Yeah.
got
Well, if the war
I
wagon's
don't, I don't think the chariot. I think the war wagon's a beautiful piece of table kit, but I don't think it does the damage here. It couldn't go through 9 skinks, so
I mean, how many points is it? What are you sacrificing to have one of those?
well, sorry, 1 wound.
140 something. Let me have a double
40.
check.
So that's just
He's about 140, I think.
140, yeah, 140 points bang on. It's 140
Yeah.
points, and that 10 man unit of skinks, which has held it up for at least a turn and a
Yeah.
half, is
problem is-
50 points.
Yeah. He rolled a 1 on his impact hits, though, and if you do that with a chariot, you roll a 1 on your impact hits, and it's just, it's not got a character on it or whatever, then
He's
you're
finally,
unlikely to do much after that.
he's finally killed them.
I'd like to see more magical items that allow you to reroll impact hits, like the ogres have on the Mornfang.
Ooh, that would be cool, yeah.
Impact hits are way too
I'd like to see a
swingy.
little 25 point talisman, or rune or whatever you can take on your heavy chariot that allows you to reroll your
Yeah.
impact hit.
Well, I'd rather
But it looks like it.
a fix for
Go on,
chariots.
sorry, Josh.
It's all right. A fix for me for chariots would be D3 plus 3 impact hits, because it just seems insane
Yeah.
that you just go. What?
It's very, the impact hits is very sporadic on what you actually get. It's the same with stomps. You've got things that are all the same size, but the stomps can be from anything from D3 to D6 plus 2.
Which direction has he? Has he just fled those?
No, he's overrun. He's killed the skinks and he's overrun.
Did he take a minus
Well,
1?
the-
Did he take a dangerous terrain for going through the woods? Yeah.
-1 for going through the.
Yeah, but what is he doing with those other skinks? They should be going off to the left, shouldn't they? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's Ian's turn now.
Aren't they
No.
archers, Nick? No, those things aren't they archers? They're the archers.
Oh,
They
they
roll-
Empire Archers.
Yes.
Oh,
They're the Empire archers that
okay,
he
I'm
was
with you.
flanking. He was
I'm
he was
with you.
using to flank the war wagon with them, wasn't he, to stop the
Yeah,
Carnosaur
yeah.
from making the war wagon charge?
Ah, okay.
There we go. That's a much better picture.
Perfect. Yeah, look at that. It is a beautiful looking table. We've got
Yeah.
an awesome setup there.
Yeah. We just need to fix the fix the mics for the players a little bit, so you can hear them.
I can't understand why that doesn't work. But I do think also, Nick and I were talking about this in WhatsApp before, that I think the idea of us being able to talk and them not here is better because it doesn't interfere with their play when we're talking tactics and stuff. It doesn't change their mind on play, so we get to give a good reflection of what they're doing without them actually knowing what we're saying.
So,
But if we could hear them while we're doing that, that would be amazing.
agreed. So
Yeah.
let's just.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to interrupt you because of the play. So what's happening now?
Yeah.
We're doing a combat between
Oh,
You're
it's
still a Don.
still
and
done.
his
Okay.
captain over there.
Yeah.
What's your
Okay.
toughness?
Toughness 5.
It's
So
gonna
one wound, I
go
think.
on for
Din's in
days.
the flank. Is he attacking now?
82.
He's done
So
nothing.
5 son.
Oh no, he's got one went through and he
Five.
saved it. Okay. That's never gonna end.
He's only got a
Okay.
hand weapon. He's only got a hand weapon on the great on the captain.
Mm.
Great weapon would have cost him exactly the same points as a lance, and it would be doing
Oh,
all
but
the work now.
No. It's a tough one. It's giving up that armor save as well, though, and you're just hoping that it's difficult.
Problem is-
I like a lance myself, but
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
captain's
but you've got to do
just-
all the damage on the charge.
Yeah, but the captain's just not got the
You
damage output to be a good shock piece either.
No, I agree. And but with the great weapon with the great weapon, he's still got that threat. He's still doing that AP2. He's still got that strength +2. The lance is strength +2 on the charge, and then it's game over. You're hitting everybody with a toothpick.
yeah, there's plenty of 4s in there. So it's
Ooh,
it's
still
quite
on.
interesting looking at that war wagon and the Empire Archer overrun there after killing those skinks. Has it put them out of the arc of that Carnosaur?
I see,
And the Carnosaur's not in the woods, so
but they are.
he's taking the lowest dice. He's -1.
Are in the woods, aren't they? Yeah, taking the lowest.
AP3 again, is it?
This is the skinks on the back.
3 + 3, 6 is dead.
Captain dies.
Yeah, I completely forgot. He's not actually built for combat. He's built for running around pistoling and.
Captain dies
I completely forgot that.
to the
Oh,
side of
dear.
the Stilaton.
So,
Oh no.
By Aiden's admittance, it's not really a combat captain. He's just there for like pistoling and ruby ringing nonsense.
No, well, he's giving him the ruby ring.
Yeah.
No, they did the skink, didn't they?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
combat done.
Yeah,
So it's
you'll
on to
go.
me.
Turn 4 for Ian. And here we go. So we got running out of pieces, but the Carnosaur is a big threat.
It's going that way 2 inches.
Go straight into your skinks, but I don't think it's going to reach
No,
us.
it's not. It's only going 2 inches, so it's not.
Yeah,
So it's from the centre, so it's going there.
yeah.
I think now the Carnosaur standing by the woods for 2 turns. This is where it becomes into play, because suddenly there's now nothing really on the board that can do any sort of threat to it whatsoever, and there's very little models left.
You know what?
You just
He's going to
Yeah.
charge into that.
turn now, leave the war wagon, go straight for the artillery, and clear the points off.
He's going to put the ruby. He's going to put the.
There's more
ruby
points on the
bullets
floor
these.
in the artillery section than there is in the 140 points of war wagon.
That is a 13, so that's going off on them.
War wagon and the Carnosaur.
He's
There's,
on to these.
Okay.
it's going to be different. I don't know if it can even get a charge in there on the war wagon where it is.
I would-
But
I wouldn't bother. I would spin it the other way.
No.
If anything,
No.
I'd charge the slan into the war wagon and just leave it there, holding it up.
Slan's charging into the
If
flank
it
of the great swords.
holding it up ethereal.
okay.
Trixie. You have got the priest in there.
Is going to.
So the hammer hand can hurt the slan.
Just got to think carefully about this move here.
He's going to go 3 inches that way into you. Because I did really want to charge you there. These are just going to reform that way.
So there's only one more turn left in the game. So
He's just going to shoot the war wagon off the table with the Bastiladons.
Going to.
the war what? You always said something else then.
Oh, he's going to run actually.
Thought you
The
always
war
said
wagon.
the war wanker. I thought you-
The wagon of war.
Okay. 12-inch move's insane, isn't it? In this game.
And then a 12-inch shot as well. 24-inch threat range with the skinks. And
It's beautiful.
just out of curiosity, where did the flagellants end up, or did they all end up dead, or are they just there
They're
behind the great
there,
swords?
they're in the centre there. I don't know if you can see it on the cam there. So
Yeah, no, I can see them there. I just think that they should have been up front and centre. charging to their inevitable deaths, but doing some damage because
Or at
they've not
least
even been in combat, and
absorbing
that's
shots.
the only thing they're there for. Yeah, they're just not. They've not done anything, and they're not going to get through that. They're not going to get through or around that slant into that Carnosaur, which would be the only decent target for them now.
Well, can't they kill the Slan in combat with combat res?
Nope.
I can kill this.
They haven't got.
I've got a guy in there that can do the job.
No, they can't because he won't move. They could hit him in the flank. They could add one flank and a rank, so there'd be 2 up on the combat res. But he does have the chance of actually hitting them back, I suppose. Going back to when we were setting up at the beginning, and my discussion about not taking the ward on him and perhaps taking the spell eater axe. Now that would come into play there because now that spell eater axe would do some damage,
Mhm.
It's not. Try.
and that MR2 is absolutely not coming of any use whatsoever.
It's all.
And the glyph necklace on the slab.
Nope.
No.
That doesn't go off. He's going to shoot into your. That is.
Aiden quite often doesn't take a level 4 wizard in games that I've played with him, but
I know.
Yeah.
Last night I didn't take a level 4, and to be fair, neither did Andy. We just felt like nothing was ever going off. You know, there was no. I had one spiritual vortex in 5 turns. I had one
Yeah.
pillar of fire. I had one pillar of fire in 5 turns, and I took 2 level 2s. It was.
AP2, yeah.
Everything's costed for a level 4 to be
It is.
taken,
Yeah.
and Ian is showing this tonight with that Slan is getting off. He's getting off his elemental spirits.
He's going to shoot your.
Yeah.
He was getting off the pillar of fire earlier with the level 2, even though it's a 9 to cast.
No, it's not. They failed their shooting. So
The war wagons off, the Bastiladons have taken it off, haven't they?
into your.
They have, yeah. It was going to happen.
6, 7, 8.
There's unfortunately now there's nothing left with any punch. You know, the artillery's overrunning a turn with those skinks. Ian's finally moving those skinks up the flank there to do something. They're going to be the next turn. They're round and poison shots and charges, aren't they? So
Aiden's going to get one more chance to stick the big pie on them, maybe, and see if he can get them to. Because if he can kill a few and he can get a direct hit, he could kill a few, and then they'll be falling back in good order directly away from that mortar, and that'll put them off the board. But
I think the problem is now we're looking at 3 Bastilistons, a Carnosaur, a Slan. There's still enough Saurus warriors to grant over 25% of the unit, and there's still 1, 2, 3. There's still 3 units of skinks on the board. Points wise, Aiden's looking at just over half a unit of great swords, some flagellants, 2 small units of crossbowmen, and 300, 400 points worth of artillery, maybe.
Yeah.
You've got one more 2 than you needed on average there. One less one. Interesting. Okay, so.
Dice. And another 2, so 5.
5 wounded. 5 saves of 6.
5 saves of 6 on those 5.
No, none of them survived.
Shots into the archers. Yeah,
There you go.
and
There's
they're
the
off.
archers gone. Now that's clean. That's clean through onto the artillery now.
Blaster.
For
I wouldn't
Aiden,
even-
maybe.
I wouldn't even charge him for him. I wouldn't even charge him. I would stand there and just pepper him. If by any chance
Yeah.
they're the blowpipe skinks, they're within half range now. Stand and shoot. Just stand there and
Yeah.
go for poisons.
So, them 2.
Cannon. Passed. Mortar. Passed. I suppose he's best separate, doesn't he? He's passed.
Oh, we've gone out the dice tray now. Things are getting serious.
They've put
Yeah.
them on the dice tray.
So level straight off the table.
11.
Hellblaster's gone.
Hellblaster's gone. For poison.
Everything is passing its panics now. Oh no, the Hellblaster's gone.
And they panicked and they fled straight off.
Or did that just fail a panic? And
Yeah, they did.
no,
fail the
they
panic.
weren't.
To
Were
be
they
honest,
unit strength 5 though?
Yeah, I think there was 5 archers and they weren't skirmish.
Is Sheer challenged him?
to be honest with you, I'm surprised that middle's lasted as long as it has.
The left.
Again, I think it was because the Carnosaur stood still. I think it's because the Carnosaur does. The Carnosaur has not even been in combat whole game.
No.
D6 plus 1.
Which means you're playing with those points. You're not with those points down, basically.
Oh, you have to cast it first.
So I do, yeah.
It's 410 points.
It's one of the
410 points, and it has it's the
it's one of the easiest ways to win any war game is to identify the big
Don't move.
expensive units and make sure they don't get to play with them. So they're playing that many
Yeah,
points down.
don't move them.
Strength 3.
So toughness 4, I think.
So hitting you on 5s, isn't it?
Rob turns. There's only 5 turns in the game. Anything you can do to stop units being able to do anything in a turn, that's
On average, you can get him.
points lost. They're not using
I
those
just
points.
don't. I just don't feel that. I don't feel that Aiden has robbed him of doing anything with the Carnosaur. I think Ian
No.
stood it still and played a blinder here. I think it's it's tactical genius of not doing anything with it.
Why? Why would you say it's good?
Yeah.
Because it's a terrifying piece stood in the middle of the board that no one's doing anything about, but you're not losing 410 points.
I see.
He's killed everything. He's killed everything using 50.10 man units with the skinks. And Bastillodons. The Carnosaur's done nothing. The Slan has done next to nothing. The Pillar of Fire came from the Skink Priest, which cost
The Skink Priest, yeah.
what 90 points. Yeah, so if you take the Slans cost him 445 points, the Saurus Oldbloods cost him 410 points. There is 955 points there that have pretty much done absolutely nothing. The Slan's not had to dispel anything really because we've got a level 1 that's not really making any much of a difference. The Carnosaur stood there like a paperweight. Ian realistically has fought this battle with 1,000 points
Probably less.
and has done all that damage. With just nothing but skinks and Bastillodons.
I mean, the Bastildons are all alive. The Carnosaur's still alive. The Slan's still alive. There's a lot of points left.
9. So
But I think that was inevitable. I think we knew this, right? It was going to be tough.
5.
Yeah.
Needing force wound.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
2d3 strength 4.
put up a good fight, but
I'd have been
it
going
was always going
for.
to be difficult.
I'd have been going for a highly mobile captain of the Empire with some sort of monster slayer sword or similar, and bombing him down the table and putting some pressure on the Carnosaur or the Bastillodons, and he probably flanked it down and tried to chew through the Bastillodons whilst trying to gain the Carnosaur's attention because,
4, 5, 6, 7 attacks.
just something to put some pressure on. And a level 4, just try and you're not going to one-to-one with the Slam.
Here's the
but you
great
can at
swords
least
into
make
the
it do a
Saurus
bit
warriors.
more
Let's see what they can do.
3, 4 hits.
I'm not rolling any ones all of a sudden, which is very annoying.
So 4 hits.
3's to wound. I get to reroll 1.
Gets to reroll ones.
Yeah.
3 wounds.
3 to AP2.
Okay, so
Nice.
6s.
So this could be good. This is big. 3 6s. 1.
So
You got 2
2 dead. 1 left.
Some good saves from Ian.
Did he only roll 2 dice?
Crying.
Yes, in
I thought it was 2s to wound.
Yeah, I think he got 2 attacks back.
This is big for combat res.
2 hits.
Oh,
4's to wound. Or 3's to wound.
3's to wound.
2
strength
attacks,
4.
3 hits with both.
5, 6, 7.
Oh,
Wounds with 1.
goes through.
So you got 1.
Yep. You got
Okay.
3, so 3 to 1. You've got your banner. So 4, 5. 5 to 1, so you beat me by 4.
Beats him by 4. This could be big.
Let's see.
Who's this for? The Saurus or the...
The Cyrus, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 7.
3 dice again.
Fail.
That's a fail, yeah. So
Fails
he's
it?
running,
Yep.
Slan.
he's going
Oh no, this is the run. He's running 8.
So he's going to end up there.
I think he's done this the wrong way around. Because can the Slan run away now?
Okay.
Islam's going to try up to test now, yeah. Does he call
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all called.
Because now you declare pursuit.
Okay.
And there's some points back on the table.
Pursue the Slam.
He's fine.
He's fine there.
See, now we're playing the Renegade pack. I don't get.
Do you get to reform them or anything? Or no?
No, They're locked in combat forever, unfortunately.
No.
That's weird. That so you don't get to turn to face or anything.
And unfortunately, that means my flatulence are trapped behind there as well because they can't even get through that combat.
No. Not yet.
Oh well, never mind.
And it's on to your turn 4,
Yeah.
I think. So that was the only combat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's looking.
Aiden's turn 4.
So what's the slans just
Oh, I forgot
give
as well.
ground, yeah?
He's gonna cast
Oh, the
his
slan
sword
gives
off
ground.
that,
That's
yeah.
right. You still give ground, right? If
No, he's failed. No, he's failed.
He
hasn't
still
yeah.
gives ground, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he passed, so he gives
Ground.
ground. And it's up to
So
you.
then Aiden
Oh,
can
I see,
choose
it
to
is
either
actually
follow
yeah,
up into the slan or pursue
Right.
the
Yes.
Or you can pursue the
Saurus.
I'll pursue the slan, I think.
He's going to
Okay.
pursue.
So I don't mean I just go sideways into it.
Yeah.
I just follow you sideways.
Yeah.
That was a bad.
Yeah, but
mistake.
Aiden can pivot to face the slam straight on.
Aiden can pivot
No,
to
you
follow up
pivot.
there.
You pivot.
Do I pivot?
You pivot.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't have followed up there.
Yeah,
I'd have charged the
yeah,
console
yeah,
in the
yeah.
back.
If he wants to follow
He's
up,
the chance, but he'll move to fight you in the challenge that way you are anyway. So, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
yeah, because that Saurus warrior's on double ones to rally, so
Okay.
Yeah, I would have charged into the back of the console.
Yeah, charge in there.
Yeah.
probably the best
They all
decision.
start to shoot.
Can they shout? You can
Yeah,
do that.
And then
They
the
can shout.
flagellants charge the
Six.
slag.
They're in range anyway.
Archers.
Yeah, the flagellant's got the flank of the slan then.
Oh, 2 hits on the sixes there.
Difficult to see from him, maybe.
Well, that warrior priest is just a token. It's
I
not
think,
actually
I think
there.
they do.
I think he takes a panic test and he runs there. He's heading back the way he came.
He's running away.
Yeah. Clearly went, oh, maybe not being paid enough for this, old boy. Going home now. Right, the 5 archers are clearly not being paid to tangle with 3 behemoths over there. So I think they're going to...
They're going to run that way.
That is probably the sensible thing for them to do, yeah.
That's fine.
In fact, actually, they're going to run up behind him because he's only got a knight in Greece side last night, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're
So
going
I've got to then basically reform him.
Oh, he's bringing the archers into the rear as well.
Yeah, combat rest.
Didn't he why didn't he charge those instead of just moving them up? I know they're taking the low die and the -1, but
If you beat him in combat,
they were close enough.
he goes into them instead.
That's the plan. I don't want him to get away. He's the only chance of evening this game out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, because he's a hefty amount of points.
Yeah. I don't think I've got much I can do, but that's probably too far to charge that, isn't it? 10 inches. You have to go a long way.
It's the closest to closest.
Yeah, they're never going to reach that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see what's going on there.
What's the worst it's going to
Well,
happen?
they just have to wheel that whole distance. So even on
Well, no, I'll go from the closest corner to him. Because you're within.
it's even with 10 inches.
Because you're within the charge.
Even with even the sixes, I'm not going to reach him. I would need a double stick because you're in cover now.
You can't get into the slans. No.
Into the Saurus.
Oh, you can't get into
The last Saurus standing, yeah.
Oh.
I don't think I've got any of the charges to carry away, so they will just move anyway. They'll
Okay.
try and catch him.
That's fine.
He probably won't rally anyway because he's even a double one, doesn't he, now to rally?
Who?
Him by himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got leadership off him as well, but he needs.
I don't think it matters when you're on your own.
You know, it
At
doesn't.
the end. No.
It's double loss.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let you toilet if that's alright.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Well, I think we probably got to wrap it up now soon. Anyway, it's sorry.
Shall I do me shooting while he's gone? Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's on camera. Yeah.
We'll be watching.
I've only got a few.
So just shout it out as you're doing it. What's going into what?
Well, so I've got the great cannon, which is going to try and grape shot the nearest skinks. 'cause
Oh,
I really
grape
want to
shot.
use weak spot.
Nice.
8 shots at them, and
8
these
shots.
automatically hit.
Ah, should have had 3 cannons, all grape shotting into skinks.
Really ought to. Do have 3 great cannons. Right. That is 7 wounded, 3 on 6s.
AP?
Armor Bane.
Who's
Let me have a little look.
So it just kills them all.
the grape shot, isn't it?
Might kill quite a few
Kills
of them.
7.
Cannon.
It is the grape shot, yeah.
Grape shot.
His strength
Grape shot.
3 or 4. Skinks are only toughness 2, so
They don't have. They only got to save a 6. So yeah, that is 7
7 dead.
So I'll remove 7 of those. That's 2 left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What that's worth. Okay, never mind. I'm going to try a mortar shot on these little huddled unit behind here. I think. But
Sure.
we'll have that unit there, I think. Probably the more sensible because I can actually see them. That way it's not going to hopefully scatter quite so far.
And you might kill that Saurus.
No, Eden.
And we might. Oh, we've hit!
He's hit!
We've
Put
actually
the
hit.
put the
So that's one under the,
put the.
under the thing. And
No, Eden. Put it on the ones on
7
the
more.
If you hit them,
Oh, put it on the ones on the side of the
flank.
board. Make them run
Oh
away.
dear.
Joshua, tell
Yeah,
him.
he should be
I
moving away.
can't see it.
they're panic
So the
testing.
one under the middle is fine.
Yeah.
Number 6. I've hit 2, 3. So
Okay,
2's
so-
to kill, or 4's to wound, sorry. So 2 of those are.
Oh, do you know what? Sodek is making a very valid point. How many great swords were left in that unit, please, Josh?
Mortar's finally kicked
It
So
looks
they're
like
panic testing.
there's
the figure.
7,
Yeah, those 2.
8 with a priest.
Was there definitely set? Right, the slan could not give ground. It would have been double outnumbered. It would have only been able to flee.
That's interesting. Guys, an interesting revelation from Mr. Sodek in chat.
No, he's right. No. He
No?
can give ground. He can't fall back in good order.
Are you
Ah,
sure? Okay, never mind. Carry on.
did he?
If
What was
he
it?
rolls
What
a
was
give
his?
ground, that's fine.
We thought because the
Ah, you
swordsman
can't
double outnumbered the Saurus warriors and the Slan, he couldn't fall back in good.
He can
gave rolls low enough.
He
Yeah,
can
yeah.
give ground. He can't fall back in
He
good
gave
order.
ground. He did. Yeah, Nick's corrected it. It's fine.
Ah.
So the sword, oh, it's
It's a Carnosaur.
the Carnosaur.
2 hit.
2 hit.
6 is. No, nothing.
Okay.
We'll shoot it all day. We'll never kill it.
You can always try.
We can always try.
Right,
Combat, I guess.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, Alex.
your
That's,
initiative now?
Wolf of the West. That's a good
4,
point.
I think, for the priest.
okay, so your initiative's higher than mine. Charged in, so you're going first this time.
Yeah.
Because none of them can wound
Yeah,
my
he is. So he's
slam.
got 2 attacks. Oh, no, he's initiative 1 because he's double handed weapon.
Yeah.
So he's going to go strikes last.
Okay.
Did charge, don't you? So 3 technically.
Yeah, but it goes to last still, doesn't it?
No, still this initiative.
Oh
one.
yeah, 3. So yeah, you're still going.
It's your initiative.
Minus 2.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I could only go first when he
So,
charged.
3's to hit from the priest.
Here's the priest into the
Three's to
Slan.
hit. He doesn't get 3 rolls this turn. We hit wounds.
1.
No, toughness 4, aren't you? 2 wounds.
Toughness 4. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 wounds.
Oh my god, 2 wounds.
So 5 plus saves.
Yeah.
Does that
has he got his hammer hand as well?
He's got his hammer hand
That
as
one
well,
attack's
yeah.
magical. Oh no!
Save both.
I've got him on the ropes, he won't die. I'll try me hammer hand.
Mr.
as well.
Sodek.
9 cast.
Okay, so
10 in fact, sorry.
10.
Yes.
It's dispelled.
Never
and
mind.
then I'm going to use
Oh,
my
the
flaming
impotent
sword.
rage of a low casting wizard.
He can't. He can't dispel, can he? He can't dispel an assailment spell.
No, he's in. If he's in combat, he can't dispel.
He can't dispel an assailment spell in
Oh.
combat.
Yeah, you can't use the slant.
You can't cast off.
You can't use the slant to dispel the assailment spell in combat,
Oh,
apparently.
you can't. That's true,
Right,
yeah.
oh, yeah, so that goes
Oh,
off.
So it does
okay,
go off.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Well spotted, somebody. In chat
Holy
there.
shit!
5 hits.
6 hits.
6, 2d3.
He's in combat, so yeah, you can't dispel.
I didn't know that.
You can't dispel mine either.
I can't
Was that
believe
6?
Yeah.
It was
same
6.
as mine.
Cheeky wonky.
Oh.
So full wound.
Only 2.
Oh,
AP.
Oh, he's-
No, it's 2, but you know,
Oh,
anyway,
doesn't matter. So 5 6s.
1 wound. Finally slips one through.
Gets a wound, which might matter for combat res. How many wounds you got left?
Combat
Yeah,
res. The
3
combat
left.
res.
3 left. But then I'm casting my flaming sword.
Flaming sword. Here we go.
It's going off.
That's a 9. No,
Goes
minus
off an
1.
8.
8. That is 8. I'll try my dispel because I can win.
Yeah.
Can do a fated dispel onto the sword.
Dispelled.
Dispel, yeah.
Dispels
So
it.
You've got 1 attack.
my 1 attack back. Doesn't hit yet. Not with a 1.
Nice.
So you win that.
I got 3.
Yeah, 3. So
This is by 3.
9. Failed.
He's
yeah, he's failed. So
failed.
he's running. He's got flying natural, so he flies through stuff.
There goes nothing. Oh, it's a big roll. today.
Not today.
Does he fly over those
Yeah,
guys?
yeah,
does
'cause
he?
and he's Aphro as well.
Is that the slam running?
Well,
Yeah,
ethereal wouldn't matter.
but
Attachment
ethereal
is
It
flying.
is.
Yeah, yeah,
might
go
do it.
flying. So he's going there, and then they'll follow in. They'll go into the back of the
He's still got to take
Carnosaur.
perils.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
they'll end up in the back of the Carnosaur.
Has he?
Carnosaur will then.
He's still running through those archers.
His turn.
Oh.
Face you.
Does ethereal have to take perils going through?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course he does.
I don't think ethereal makes you immune to like terrain effects or anything like that.
No, you can move through.
1, 2, 3 loses a wound. 4, 5, he's 4, 5, or 6. He's okay.
Yeah.
Test.
Yeah, he's flying over.
Yeah, 'cause he's flown into the woods.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Only 1 and 3. That's fine.
Ah, I thought I'd caught him there with those archers behind him. Yeah.
Just,
So, is that all combat done, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be. Start turn 5. So they're all dead, aren't they? Them there.
6 wound.
Got that one guy there, but he's running.
Did he adjust that wound dice?
When you flee, you actually get to use your fly ability.
I
Yeah, he's
don't
flying
think
anyway, 'cause he's
so.
Aphro.
It's a heat that happens with actual movement.
He might be dead then. Check. Could be dead. Just checking a roll to see.
What are we checking? So I'll ask the.
Because it'd be if he can fly when he's fleeing.
Oh, can you fly when you flee? Because otherwise he dies to the archers, right? I assume. I don't know.
He's got Aphro as well. So
Caparel
just pass through.
will check
He
even
takes,
when
he
he goes
takes
through.
perils. He's got to take a perils check.
Except you're flying above anyone.
Yeah.
He took perils and he passed the
Yeah, he's got
perils.
Aphro, so he just
No,
pass
ethereal
through.
He got a 3 on the perils, so the 3 is a fail.
No, ethereal means it can pass through everything as well.
Yeah,
How
it's not a dangerous terrain.
It doesn't finish in buildings.
what was
It's
the perils?
1, 2, or 3. You take a
You roll the
wound.
3.
Yeah.
So I think you take it's 1, 2, or 3. You take a wound.
1,
according to
1,
the
2,
book.
or 3. You take a
it's-
wound.
Plus
Yeah,
it's-
ethereal only affects you for moving through terrain, not moving through units.
Oh, right,
No
okay.
effect on the unit. And I think fly only affects you if you're actually making an actual move.
Oh,
It's
so
like
don't take him off then.
retreat moves.
If he's got, I think he just takes a wound, right? Or does,
Yeah, 1, 2, or 3 takes a wound.
They just,
Yeah.
You just have to test for each
so he
one.
just takes a wound. I don't know if it kills him.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. You can still escape through them, can't you?
Yeah, so he's still
It's
escape
not like
fuel.
you used to be able to get trapped by
Yeah, yeah. So
It's
then-
not old world unless you're
That's another
reading a
roll
rule
for
book
the-
50% of the
So
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's taking a wound for the dangerous terrain.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Yeah. So
2 left.
Okay.
Almost getting
2
it,
left.
almost.
Doesn't matter much now, mate. I'm gonna
And a
do my
panic on the
usual
Carnosaur, because when the slam broke, he would panic the
I
Carnosaur.
don't think you can.
No, we can't. Can we?
Even if you get overrun into.
No, you didn't overrun into him.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking to the commentator's saying you have to take a panic on the Carnosaur, but
Oh, he's got
Well,
to take
no, because the slam broke before they overran into the Carnosaur. When the slam breaks, the
oh,
Carnosaur
he's
takes
mean
a panic
psychology,
check.
guys. He's mean psychology.
I'll have to
There's
take
a
a fear
there is
test
method in the
to
madness.
It's-
attacking in combat.
Yeah. So he's going to move to there to shoot them.
These mobile pieces of artillery, I love these. I do hope Lizardmen get good in this, better in this Renegades pack. I've always loved Lizardmen.
They're not going to be able to shoot it, so I can just shoot it.
Never had a Lizardmen army.
You move them
Yeah,
12 inches around there.
Oh, good shoulder shot. I guess we're on clock
What?
now, gents. So
Nick,
if we can wrap it up
Nick?
a bit.
Yeah.
just check
Yeah.
what makes the Carnosaur immune to psychology.
So let's test for him. It's fine.
I can't see anything in the list that makes the Carnosaur
You
immune
roll.
to psychology.
He's carrying on running.
Yeah.
So he's going to go up a 7, so he'll be tested for that. Let's see. He manages to go through. So he's only going to get to like there. So go through the forest. These are going to come this way. Get as many shots. Oh, lost one of them, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's why there's not as many of you.
Can you see anything? Can you see anything there, Nick?
No.
Josh, that Carnosaur is not immune to psychology.
Okay. Well,
Unless he got frenzy. Did he damage? No, he hasn't been in combat. So he hasn't been, like, the Carnosaur's never been in combat, so he hasn't got frenzy, so he's not immune to psychology.
right. Well,
Just because rules, isn't it?
yeah. Just
He's rallied, so he can cast a couple of things. Yeah.
at this stage,
Can't cast
it's like
any
picking up
hexes
on
or anything
everything.
like
No,
that.
no, that was too late. It was just.
It's just because if the Carnosaur breaks and flees,
He can cast shooting spells.
it's off the board, possibly.
Yeah, if he's
Um,
do shoot.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
can't charge, so he's just gonna stay where he is. But I move him. Move him to the. I'm gonna move him.
Out of the way, because that priest might get him again.
Move him over to there.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, I'll may as well say something anyway. So the Carnosaur's not immune psychology unless it's killed something in combat.
Ah,
Oh.
So it might panic, which would still probably mean a loss for Aiden,
Yeah,
but
probably,
slightly less of a loss.
Yeah.
So it might just need a one check just for this,
That's
which
fine.
he absolutely loves, which we, highly probable.
We're
There
not
you go.
using-
But now
we're
the
not
commentators
using
are
that
happy.
So he's going to shoot into those archers there. So
Stop putting me in the position of a rules lawyer here, gents.
7, that's not going off.
Hmm?
Second one's going to go into.
Well, enforcer at least.
It's going to go into flagrants
Okay.
for the second one, which is going to go off.
Okay.
It's just going to be 3, 4, 5.
2 to wound. And then we get a save. 3.
3 minus. Oh, I don't get a save either,
No.
so that's 3 gone. Right. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 shots coming in from the skinks into flagrants.
2 5s there.
They're hitting on 4s now for that,
Oh, are they?
close range.
Okay.
They just move normal.
Yeah.
And they're only 2-3 now, flagrants.
Yeah. 2 wounded.
2 wounds. Saves.
I think the 6 is there.
I was going to say. I'm
Yeah.
surprised they get
They got
saves.
panic, did they?
No.
Flagrants, evil men. Them 2 are going to go into your cannon.
Yeah.
So 4 shots into your cannon.
1 wounded. I think it's dead. They're dead. That's the only 6.
Yeah, the poison goes through to kill the cannon.
Yeah.
And then, how many of them can see your mortar?
All of them.
Okay, so 10 going into your mortar.
Yeah.
5s and 6s for these. Just 3.
6 is to wound at that range as well.
Oh,
Save.
2 sixes.
Each one wound
Cheeky.
left.
They got no save.
No, they get saves.
Okay, so 1 wound left on the mortar. Right, so I've got him left to shoot. So you're going to shoot into your lone guy there,
Yeah.
just to be evil.
Just in case you were thinking about dispelling the shooting from the Bastillodon.
3, 4, 6 shots into him.
Yep.
2's to kill wounding in it for this.
So we got the final combat of the game.
Yeah.
After this,
Right. Great swords travel a long way there, so I think they get to go first.
Yeah, they will do because my initiative.
And the +2 to
oh,
be
no, I'm
in the
surprised
rear
the
as well.
greatswords get to go first.
So initiative
But
5 on
Lizardmen,
charge.
really?
Yeah, with
I'm
well,
initiative 3
initiative 1
and
for correct being double-handed swords, and this +3 for the movement we had there, and then another 2 for being in the rear, so 6.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you get to go
That's
first.
cool.
But you got to do terror check for attacking him, haven't you?
Oh yes.
Because it's terrors.
Well, I think he's technically, yeah.
Fine, there. They're looking at.
So that is, there's only 1 attack each, but it's 6, 7 including the wizard, sorry, the priest at the end there. So 7
attacks.
4s to it, I guess.
Weapon skill 6.
Wow, only 2 hits. Strength 5, so 1 wounded.
Okay.
AP 3.
AP 3.
Yeah.
So just his ward save. That's 1 wound.
Cool. And I get to do me hammer hand, I guess.
Yep, you do, which I can dispel this time.
Did not cast that.
Nearly a miscast.
So 5 attacks. I'm hitting you on 2s, I think, with a weapon skill
Yeah.
6.
No, only threes.
Threes, okay.
Yeah. 4 hits.
4 hits. Strength 6.
Twos.
Strength 6.
Yeah.
Three
AP.
wounds. There is no AP on it.
No AP, so he's got
I
threes.
don't think so.
And
Really?
on the Carnosaur there will be afterwards.
Oh,
It will
yeah.
be on the Carnosaur, yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
not
That's
three
the one you want to worry about.
Okay.
Armor Bane 2. But any of those 6s?
Don't think.
No, they
No,
will.
they got
And it's
extension.
multiple wounds 2, so
Oh, that's
you
a massive
need to do
hit,
your arm
isn't it?
saves
Yeah,
first.
so what's the save? No, 3 dead.
So that's 6 wounds.
No, it's only dead doesn't count.
Okay, it
They're
does
only
double
single.
wounds.
Yeah, but they're only single with once. So
Ah,
it
so
doesn't make
yeah, it
any
doesn't make no difference.
difference.
Okay, then the Carnosaur goes 4 attacks.
So that's 3 Reich's guard off.
Oh. Only weapon skill 3 this time.
1 hit.
1 hit.
Oh, that's quite a big
Strength 7.
disadvantage on the Carnosaurs. Weapon skill 3 is quite shit actually.
Wounded.
Minus 3 AP.
That's 1 dead.
That's one.
So what's it then?
Yeah.
So
It's the stomps that'll do the damage.
you are.
Yeah.
1 with a standard in your rear, so 2 there. So that's
We got
4.
stomps obviously.
You got 4, have you?
Yeah.
And I've killed 4 of yours.
Yeah.
Plus close order 5.
Yeah.
So I beat by 1.
Ah, this should fail.
They're going to run. I'm going to.
I think that's it there. I don't think there's anything
Yeah,
else to
that's
do.
it.
I'll do a bottom
We'll
box
shake
one.
hands on that.
I'm going to follow them up anyway.
Yeah.
For running away. Follow them up.
I'm calling it there, basically.
That's done. It's done and done. And it's late, and so we'll call it there. So guys, if you're just going to stand over there, and we'll have a little wash up for 2 minutes. Well, all right, guys, just go. So if you could stand where you were at the beginning. So basically that's that. So well done. That was that basically went as everyone thought it was going to go because yeah, but yeah, but you took. You know, you accepted it with plum and you know, good spirits. And there was a moment there where it looked like it was you were gonna. Well, oh God, hang on.
Yeah.
Maybe it had gone a bit better taking out the units. Maybe I don't know.
Potentially. Yeah.
There was a couple of, and also remembering what to do with my Ice the Blazing Sun.
Yeah, they've
Then I
got
wouldn't have
the.
lost then.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
got the. Yeah. The evasion on them.
Yeah.
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 There's there's a whole bunch of things I could have done a lot better in that game. I remembered what to do.
I remembered most of mine because I normally forget them.
Yeah, this is good. That
There's
was,
just too much poison to overcome there, really. I can't withstand.
No, that's the thing with this list. And poison's changing in the facts.
Well, this
They're
is
making
so they say.
So we're waiting to see.
Yeah.
So it'll make it less effective. Which is a bit of a shame for Lizardmen Army because that's the most.
well, that was always their gimmick, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The
that's
poison.
their gimmick. So.
Yeah.
So any questions from the commentators? Any comments on the game? And I'll relay it to the players.
To be honest, Aiden lasted a hell of a lot longer than I expected him to, and that's not insulting the guy. It was just looking at the list. Looking at the list, I expected a turn 2 walkover generally, and you know, Aiden brought a lovely, colourful, well-painted, fluffy patchwork list, and Ian brought something with quite a lot of punch to it, and Aiden held his own very, very well. Good up to him.
Oh, I'll relay that to Aiden.
Yeah.
Ads is just saying, you know, you lasted a lot longer than you thought you were going to.
So because my shooting slowed down in turn 2 and 3.
My guys did start hitting some, taking out a lot of your shooting guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
But the thing is, point
Well,
wise.
say all the nice things as well, don't you?
Hang on, I'm finished. But he did say, you know, I can't remember the nice bits. I turned off after he installed it. No, I'm joking. No, you know, it was.
50,
You really started bringing it back, and that was really impressive, to be honest with you.
yeah, never give up the fight. It's always worth giving it a go. And I really did hope my priest was going to deck your slan.
He did, yeah, that was a
He had the
shame.
stats for it. He
There
had the
was a
stats for it. And he
moment
got
where
off
the
a
priest
didn't
spell,
kill
and he
the
kept
slan.
saving against
That
it.
was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
We'll just go to Nick. Nick, any comments? And I'll try and remember this one.
Don't know. Yeah, it a lot was riding on that flank charge from Aiden where he had the war wagon and everything, and it just
And I think I had like
didn't quite get through. It didn't quite do what it needed to do to make a more of a game of it. So
Yeah.
it was a good tactic from him though, and it was a little bit of a list mismatch, I thought. With
Could he possibly have dropped the Witch Hunter and raised the Wizard a few levels?
Yes.
Would that make it?
yeah, something like that would
I'll
have
put that-
really
We've
helped.
dropped the Ruby Ring and the Witch Hunter and got a level
Yeah.
4 on the table and actually brought some
Put
magic
some
to the game.
in. Yeah, I'll put that to them now. So, guys, yeah, Nick made a good point. You did pretty well, you know, to weight everything into that flank with the hope that maybe you could punch through, maybe have a chance at coming into the game. It didn't work out. The War Wagon just did absolutely
Yeah, the
nothing.
War Wagon's dice rolls were a bit.
It just basically got
Wasted-
stymied
wasted
by the
time.
skinks.
Yeah, it got
It should
chewed
have
up.
taken that long.
It took 50, 3 turns basically. Well, 3 combat rounds to kill those 50-point skinks, with some help from some archers, which was horrific.
It was that one on the impact hit at the start.
Yeah,
And then they managed to get some wounds back in on you.
Yeah.
Which
And then Ads made a good point. Is there room to maybe drop the Witch Hunter or something and put a level 4 wizard in there?
I'm not a big fan of the high level wizard because my dice rolls are terrible, so I just tend to run around the battlefield casting nothing, dispelling nothing, and spending 200 or 300 points on a figure that does nothing. And I loathe to do that when I've got a lot of figures put on the table who might do something.
Yeah.
So I like the Witch Hunter because he wants killing loads of demon prince. So
Yeah. Well, maybe the captain, if it had a sort of monster slaying, could actually maybe do some shenanigans.
He's not really.
Yeah, drop the Ruby Ring, take the Dragon Slaying Sword. Big difference.
Generally speaking, I feel it's a bit of a mismatch, but both teams, you know, both armies look beautiful. They were well played. My personal comment as a commentator is I felt like there's some target allocation was a bit off from Aiden's side when you just got fixated on a Carnosaur.
I kept thinking he was going to plough through my army.
Yeah,
it was going to do that anyway.
I didn't think I was going to hit the skinks.
I think
Carnosaur
you put the cannon.
Combat.
Yeah, fair enough, but it might not have.
Yeah.
So I feel like you got fixated on it. The cannon, fair enough. But everything else should have been just trying to kill skinks.
There's been
Killing
skinks on sixes
Yeah.
anyway.
But you're wounding the Carnosaur on 6s anyway.
Yeah.
So it's actually harder to kill the, you know, if you map it out,
Yeah.
the 6s to hit is better than rolling to hit on 4s and 5s and then needing 6s afterwards.
Yep.
Because you're wounding the skinks on
better.
2s.
No, you're better to hit on 6s because you've got more shots.
Yeah, so it's and I felt I couldn't say anything during the game as much as I wanted to scream like, no, kill the skinks.
Which I did hint at the beginning.
Yeah.
Get rid of the skinks.
Yeah.
That's basically a lot of my effective.
The skinks did all the damage.
A lot of the damage is coming from for me because there's 70 skinks
interesting.
on there, but there's like 100 shots coming in at you each turn.
Which is
From
just
the
hard to deal with when you're wearing.
So I thought the
frilly
Carnosaur was going to be in
clothes.
combat a lot quicker, so I was just trying to take anything off.
No, because he failed.
So I was a
He
bit
failed.
surprised. I was taking advantage of the fact he wasn't in combat, and I
failed.
could actually still try and get it.
It was just a bit disappointing that it failed the first charge into them, and then that just blocked the line of sight for getting it into them. So I turned it round to come into your War Wagon, but then you put your archers in, stopping it coming in. So you were basically playing to just combat the Carnosaur.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, anyway, we'll leave it there. I want to thank the commentators for joining us. So say good night from the commentators.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thanks especially to the players. It's been a hot, sweaty night
It's been nice.
playing.
Very hot as well.
But it's great. We can't really do anything like this without you guys. The next one I want to ask is who could take Ian's throne? That's the question. Who can beat the...
Anybody.
If you want to take part on the stream, please let us know. Please let us know. It's great to have you on. And if you want to come and play with our community here in North Wales, then you can sign up to the BCP link. Look for the North Wales Open, All World Open. And that's it. So thanks for watching Hot Dice. Please like and subscribe.